Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rough Magic Presents Gears of Revolution. I am your GM Richard, and with me are constables: Lane playing Alexias, Frank playing Quobbol and Nagy, Fitz playing Emmanuel, Kim playing Dahlia, Lauren playing Vinny, and AJ playing Sanai. Before we get started, as always, some announcements. First, if you're in Chicago or Jacksonville or Detroit and are looking to play some D&D, check out our website at roughmagicgames.com. You can either join us at our Drinking and Dragons events that are hosted throughout the cities, or hire a GM to play whatever system you've been dying to play. We will come to you, or you can have it online, and we will do it virtually if you'd like. You can also check out our YouTube and Twitch channels and subscribe and follow us on both. All of our previous streams are up there, along with some other fun stuff. In addition, we have a new-ish stream premiering this week. If you follow Gen Con TV, you may be familiar with Emerald Glitch, a Shadowrun stream that's been ongoing for quite some time. Beginning this Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, they are moving their stream over to join us here at Rough Magic Games. If you follow Shadowrun, you know there's a new source book that was just released called Lethal Harvest, and the upcoming sessions are going to explore the changes to the world that were just laid out in that book. I've had the opportunity to check out a few of the streams, and they're always a lot of fun, so check it out this Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. We also have several conventions coming up. If you missed us joining us at Extra Life this weekend, we'll be at C2E2 in April here in Chicago, and then Motor City Con in Michigan in May, slinging goods and running games. And I think that's it for my announcements, so with that, we'll jump into Gears of Revolution. When we were last here, the constables were able to stop the assassination attempt of the king and prevent the RNS Coal-Tongue from exploding, earning the gratitude of King Airhan and many members of society. After some discussion between the king and Delft and themselves, the group was given the day off by their supervisor with orders to show up bright and early in the morning after your break. You all had some discussions with each other and compared notes about the Duchess, the king's sister, her betrayal before turning in for the night, but not all of you slept well. Vincent was visited in his dream by being angry that he had stolen her face, and was warned that if he ever found herself in her watery domain, he would find himself devoured, consumed, whole. And with that, we begin the day. Bright and early, you've all had a day off to rest, relax, and recover. I do want to check in and see if there's anything you all did during that day off. A little bit of downtime. I know what Alexias did. But does anyone else? Yes, Emmanuel.
Goodfellow went to the RHC to write that letter I told you about, and
Yes.
made sure that got delivered.
Go ahead and give yourself a hero point for that letter.
I believe that is already on my sheet. Yes, thank you.
Got it. Anyone else have anything they wanted to do during this one day downtown, your day off?
I mean, Quobbol gave Naglfar a talking to about killing a person. So we've gone back to step 20.
No.
He's heading towards step 21 again, and we'll go from there.
Dahlia, Vincent, Sanai, anything the three of you wanted to do? No.
I would have just hung out with Theo. That would have been my plan.
Okay. Theo would be more than happy to hang out with you. He'll plan this wonderful picnic out in the park, as that's what he loves. He loves just being out in the park. And so the opportunity to do that, like one of his favorite people in the city, is just something he was very, very happy to do. So I'll have like a nice little picnic all laid out for you. And I think halfway through the picnic, he sort of abandons it and just runs around chasing some more bugs.
Yeah.
Trying to catch whatever he can.
Yeah.
Find some, what he calls queen bugs, which are these very golden ladybugs. They're a little bit larger than that, and he just spend some time catching those, showing me them. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have drawn that picnic then on one of my cards.
Okay. All right.
That's so cute. I love Theo. God, nothing bad better happen to Theo or I will riot.
Theo's going to be
slaughter.
He's going to be like the first victim of a serial killer in like 3 levels.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Guaranteed.
No.
And then the villain arc starts for the
Yes.
Right.
Victim of the Zodiac Killer, absolutely.
Yeah. Alright.
God.
I need to get rid of some random effects on some of you that shouldn't be there.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
I
I
need to
think
put
that's so
fatigue on
violent.
Vincent, which is going to last for a week.
Ooh.
Richard, may I ask a question?
Sure.
So one of the class feats I took was Aura of Courage. Should that be an
Yep.
aura on my thing, or will it naturally just anybody who is within
It
my
should
champion's aura? Okay.
naturally pop up, I think. We'll find out.
I'll try to pay attention to it. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, no one else has anything to do during the downtime. I know
Just
Alexis
my
has spent
family.
some. Yeah. Your family, Dahlia, you wanted to go speak to your family?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I saved a king. I need to brag a little bit to my family.
Yeah. I
Come on.
think that I think your mother is very, very, very proud of you when she hears
Yeah.
about that, especially because the morning paper has your name as well as names of your companions above the fold.
Ooh,
Could I have
Um,
not been a part of that?
we're so fancy.
yeah.
Oh, Goodfellas left out.
Yeah, just and random work.
Oh,
Everyone's name's above the fold. Everyone's name is above the
I wanted to
fold.
be like Mike Wazowski, just so in my face.
But yeah, your mother is very, very proud of you. Your dad seems to be warming up a little. He's a little skeptical about your new job and everything, but
okay.
seems to be warming up a little.
Fair. It's okay.
Uh,
I accept that.
Alright, the next morning comes. Vincent is still pretty tired. You are still haunted by like the dreams of you just floating out in the water all through the night, and you wake up feeling like your legs have been treading water like all night long, just exhausted and tired. You do not see this being, this entity swimming up towards you again. But as the night continues and the dreams continue, off in the distance you can see some sort of shapes moving through the water, like maybe like a fin or two, breaking, cresting the water, passing around, almost like they're circling around you. Getting closer, but you wake up before they actually approach you. The next morning, you wake up bright and early. I assume everyone besides Alexias wakes up bright and early.
I was gonna say, what do we mean by bright and early? Because
Alexias, you are woken up instead by a knock on your door.
Ooh.
I just kind of roll over off of the mattress that is on the ground that makes up my little sleeping pallet. I have nothing on. I grab a cloak and kind of or a towel or something, kind of just put it around me and stumble over to the door and just open it a crack.
You open up the crack and you see Peggy standing there with a thermos of some sorts. Says, "Good morning."
Peggy, what?
Delft wanted to make sure you arrived bright and early this morning. Because we have a visitor, and so he asked me to come pick you up. I brought you some coffee, though. And she'll worm her the thermos in between the crack of the door.
Yeah,
and the
no,
frame.
I'll unlatch the door and let her in. You are too good to me, Peggy.
Oh,
you are
she
too
just kind
good
of
for
looks
this
up.
world.
Oh.
And I think she walks in and my apartment has gotten worse in the past couple of days. It's just now there are books scattered everywhere, and there's half drunk mugs of coffee and soup full of floating cigarette butts in them, and there's now a big chest full of just like pieces of random things like feathers and sticks and eggshells and pieces like shavings of metal and stuff. And I've clearly been like tying them together with string on the floor for the past 24 hours. And I like stumble around. I put on my like clothes and armor. I'm like buckling on my sword and whatnot. And I just grab the copy out of Peggy's hand and like, you, darn age, shall we then?
Yes, we should probably talk about hiring you a maid or a cleaner of some sort.
No.
I can probably move some money around and consider it part of the discretionary fund because we definitely want you to be healthy.
No, they would
and
ruin
this
everything.
cannot
I
be
know where
healthy.
everything is. The problem is that I know where it all is now, and if someone comes in here, starts to clean, starts to dust, it all gets messed up. It is exactly how I like it. But Becky, once again,
system.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Come. Would you like a cigarette?
Characters out there. No, I don't smoke, but thank you. Characters out over there. She'll lead you into the carriage, and so for the first time in a month and a half, you've all been, well, a little over a month, but you've all been together. Alexias shows up on time to work. Looking pretty tired, bleary-eyed, I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm asleep as soon as we get into the trailer, and like I just like have the coffee and the cigarette like hanging out of my mouth.
Puggy's can take the cigarette out and put it out so you don't start a fire in the carriage. And
Probably for the best. He's an angel.
you all arrive at the constabulary to meet each other in your offices at night. At the morning, I should say.
I see that Alexias is there, and I immediately check the clock to make sure I wasn't late.
We all just sort of like.
Sanai has the biggest headache. She's just going like this the whole time. And it's just like I think I've foreseen like 60 different possibilities in like the last 3 hours.
Quobbol has his same little backpack on. He's very excited for his second day of work. He's just standing up straight next to the door. He doesn't exactly know where to sit because it was never really established where his spot was in the office. So he's just kind of like.
Sanai just tells him like if you sit at that desk, it has a broken leg and it's gonna break if you sit on it too fast.
Okay, and I won't sit on it that fast. Is there someone that can get it fixed?
Nobody's in the office to fix it. I can feel it.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
all right?
Do you
I
want
went
me
to sleep, and I had like 1,000 things in my head, and there were so many thoughts, and I slept fine, but there were so many thoughts. I feel like I can see the outcome of things, or I feel like I can find people who shouldn't be there. For instance, I found like 7 socks. I didn't know they were there.
Where did you see them?
Hidden underneath dressers.
Socks?
They
Do
were
you need coffee?
I've had 6 cups of coffee.
Do you need drugs? Because I have some.
I can't have drugs and fire don't work well.
That is not what this says. As I light another cigarette.
I say nothing else, but I do swap out Quobble's chair for my chair.
Oh God!
It's gonna break.
It's gonna break so bad.
It's gonna break so bad.
I try to sit on it very gingerly, and then it probably breaks under like my 200-pound plus body.
All right. Well, now it's fully broken, so we should go get a new chair for you.
But good news, because of my armor, I did not get hurt.
You have more armor?
I'm wearing the same armor I have been wearing. It's full plate. Kunk, kunk.
There's scorch marks on it still.
Has it been repaired at all?
Has it been repaired at all?
It didn't take any damage. The armor didn't.
It's just a little sooty around.
Just a little tight on the hands.
Oh.
It had to get. We put it in the ocean for a bit to get some of the juice out.
I'm gonna come over and just like
ocean water's really good for metal. That's
famously.
Oh my God.
I just want to come over and kind of like ting ting right on the breastplate and be like, I can pick this up for you if you need. It will take me some time, but I can fix this. This is nothing.
Oh, okay, sure.
I got a repair toolkit over our break.
Nice.
What happened to you?
That's really cool.
My shield did get damaged, but I believe we have a repair guy at like the storehouse who fixes
Yeah, I
shit
think we
up.
have
So
one probably as part of the RAC. But if we're in the field, you need a little repair, you come to me. Okay, still waking up.
okay, thank you, Alexias. You are a good friend.
All right, so Sanai's had a day off apparently, and what is there anything we can do to help you in your headache? Or
It's fine.
all right,
Do you want a sandwich? I will go and run to the deli and get you a sandwich.
Oh, please no sandwiches. Please no. I feel like that would be very bad.
yeah, 6 coffees on an empty tummy is just what you need.
I mean, maybe some water.
Yes, and she just turns her head to look at you. Yes. I have not tried water. That was not on my top of my list.
We should. Well, let's get you some water.
Be careful, that door is gonna move quickly when you open it.
Quobbol very carefully opens the door and just
Watch your hand. You're fine.
Opening
I'm
up a
just playing,
notebook and writing down all of Sanai's predictions.
Great.
I have so many predictions. There's so many thoughts. I should show you my new board. And she like
God.
takes out this backpack
Yes,
from her
yes.
bag. It's
Oh,
about it's
oh,
like a
Lord.
composition notebooks that she's like open, and it's just thick. It's like
That's so much.
thicker. And she's like, I think this is the new plan.
It's been like 36
You-
hours.
Plan for
what's the
The
plan
assassination
for?
of the king.
Oh,
Oh, you think you
Get
know
another
what
one.
Yeah,
you
just like
doing
last
it?
time.
Are you
Remember
doing
I told you there was
You know-
undead
Well, yeah.
last time, and none of you believed me when I said it. But guess what? He was a weirdo, undead.
Well, he was a weirdo, sure. I mean,
And I think somewhere in there are about 13 different plans that could work in this book. I
Okay.
think somewhere within these 13 plans is the plan.
I feel like it's not really. The king is now with his guard, and he's not like really our charge anymore at the moment. But we should keep an eye out, I suppose.
Do you think he will visit again? Because if I visited someplace and I almost got blown up, I would probably not come back.
well, someone's supposed
well,
to be.
I feel like he has an obligation to be in certain places at certain times. So
Yeah.
We are supposed to have a visitor this morning, isn't that right? That's why Peggy picked me up.
Oh, that's
Peggy
why you're here
picked
so
you up.
early.
Oh, is she making house calls now?
She wanted to make sure I'd be here or something about me not being on time, and I was asleep. But just do not worry about this.
All right.
Sanai, do you know who the visitor is?
Wait. I think I'd have to get closer to downstairs to figure that out.
like answer the door for that person, or
No, they just have to be within like a certain distance.
Right. All
I think
right.
it's about now that you hear like a knocking on your office
Oh.
door.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's not him. That's not the
Oh,
person.
okay.
Quobbol will
Somebody
go to
say
the
else.
door once again, very carefully trying to open.
Yeah, but it moves
Making
fast.
You open the door very
so
slowly,
slow.
and you do see a familiar face of one of Carlisle's crew.
Oh, the
Follow.
creepy one.
Not this guy.
God damn.
Immediate
Ah,
scream.
the
No,
worst one with the snake.
Guns
why didn't I see you?
Hello, I'm
Morning.
Quobbol. Nice to meet you.
Yes, I'm aware. He just kind of looks at your hand,
Okay.
and then he looks away. Assistant Inspector Duff, Chief Inspector Duff, I'm sorry, wishes to see you all at your earliest convenience. He asked me to fetch you as you ran into me in the bike room. He's glad to see you all arrived here on time. As are we all.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you all
are.
hear like a little hiss of something, and then you see this massive constrictor snake like slither right past his legs in the hallway outside.
No, we have a no snakes in this room rule. I'm so sorry. No snake in here.
Don't worry, he doesn't want to enter here.
I'm not worried. I'm just telling you the rules. Okay, bye-bye, Mr. Hissy. Goodbye now.
All I have to
Vinny?
say, yes. He looks at you, Vinny.
Oh no, this is for you, Richard, GM. As he turns around, I would like to cast something.
Yes.
Go for it.
Let's bully
It's
him.
vicious jealousy,
Yes.
and I would like him to be jealous of Quobbol because that was rude.
That was rude.
That is not a subtle spell. He's going to cast it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Wow.
I'll try to be
Nice.
chill. I mean, I'm waiting till he turns around, and I'll try to hide it under my desk if
Roll
I
a
can
boss
be.
save.
Oh wow.
I see no reason to be chill with this guy. We need to teach him some manners.
All right, so that was a success, but not a critical success. For one round, the target no longer treats anyone as its allies. The spell then ends. He kind of stops a little bit in his tracks. He turns and looks at you, and he kind of gives you a little bit of a smile, Vinny. I like you.
I don't like you.
It's all right. It's all right. I realize I am an acquired taste. But I'm sure you and I will have conversations later. Have a good rest of your day, and whatever death wants you for, I hope it goes swimmingly. And he kind of like turns on his heel and walks away.
You see, when he said swimmingly, Vinny kind of like uncomfortably shifts in his chair.
Little buddy.
That guy needs to learn to smile with teeth. He does the
I don't know.
thing that I do not like.
Yeah. Well, we better go see Delft. It's
Yeah, I don't like snakes. All right, let's
what's
go.
that one of all of them, honestly.
He didn't seem
You-
quite friendly.
No.
No, don't worry
I
about
kinda-
him, Quobbol. He's garbage.
Yes.
I kind of wait till everybody leaves. Wait till
Yeah, come
everyone
on, let's go
leaves.
see Delft.
Oh boy.
I wait till everyone leaves. I open the drawer where my book of 13 assassination attempts is. And I look at it. I close it. And then I walk out.
Okay. You'll head out to Delph's office. The door is slightly ajar for you to enter in as you please. You push open the door. You see Delph there, but he is not alone. He's standing with someone. This woman who has this very, very long, dirty blonde hair that cascades down her back. She's wearing kind of the very high-collared, form-fitting dress blues of Danoran. And she has these small horns that sort of curl up. One of you recognizes this person.
Oh, hey, what's up,
Ooh.
girl? Yeah, which one of us recognizes
Right.
her, I wonder.
Right. Who could that be?
Yeah.
You see Delph say, constables, love to see you. May I introduce you to Dano's Minister of Outsiders, Lia Gia. And Lia steps forward and kind of gives you a nod. You see her eyes briefly lock with Alexias. She doesn't try to hide it, but her eyes briefly lock with Alexias, and she gives him a small nod of acknowledgement.
I just nod back.
I position myself between Alexias and this woman.
Oh, jeez.
Delph clock says it's fine, but I'll have a seat. Lia and I have something to talk to you all about. There's a mission directly from the king that we're hoping we could use your assistance on. in collaboration with the nation of Danoran.
I will not sit until she sits.
Sure, she finds a seat as well and shifts it down as well. And as she does, she kind of shifts her sword. It looks like a very, very unusual sword. It does look like a rapier of some sort, but there looks to be some kind of gear at like the hilt of it with a button that could be pressed to possibly turn on a mechanism along the blade of some sort. But the blade is currently sheathed, so you can't see what it is. And the sheath itself is a lot thicker than what would normally be for a rapier, which is a usually very thin blade. It's more of a piercing weapon than anything else. She shifts it to make sure she can sit down as well. It's lovely to meet you all. Your supervisor has spoken a great deal about me to you all, and I'm very, very eager for this to be one of the first steps towards your nations and mine continuing peace efforts. Adolf says, Quobbol was able to find Dr. Sutherland. No issues, hold up. He heads over to he has like this map of the world sort of pinned on his desk, and I'm going to open that up actually. After the events of 2 days ago, Dr. Sutherland fled, and we weren't sure where he was, but Quobbol has plenty of scrying spells, and he was able to discern that the Duchess has fled to Axis Island in the Yersal archipelago. Unfortunately, that island is currently was occupied by Danoran forces. The Duchess has her own troops, her own guards, and has commissioned a full-scale invasion of the island and has claimed it for her own. Dahlia kind of speaks up then at that point. I'm hoping that we're able to deal with this sooner rather than later, because any sort of invasion of what is rightly Danoran holdings could be considered an act of aggression on Weezer's part, as Duchess is the king's sister. I have been speaking to many members of our Congress with the hopes of holding them off a bit until we can deal with the problem at hand. Dolph says that is where you're stepping. The king has specifically requested the 6 of you. What we want you to do is we're going to send you to the island. I don't know how familiar you are with the Yersal archipelago. The last war was fought there. It used to be Missouri Holdings, but now the Danorans have maintained ownership of it after the king issued a full-scale retreat. According to Dahlia, this island is a key Danoran military holding, and the Duchess' attack, as she said, might be seen as an act of war. So she wants her and her people off the island soon, because, and he looks over to Dahlia says, I agree with King Airham's desire for peace, and I don't want to risk giving my Congress enough time to start another war. Now, I'm not authorized to command Danoran forces, and even if I did, a Danoran counterattack might result in the accidental death of the king's sister, which would lead to war on your side. So I have no doubt many of the nobles and ruling bodies of your people would demand retaliation. She looks over to you in confusion, Emmanuel.
Oh, this is out of character.
Okay.
I
GM
wanted.
looks over to you.
Thank you. Harkover Lee is the one who came up with this information. That is correct. I
Correct.
did not mishear that. Okay.
I hate him so much.
We cannot stand her, really.
I just want to make sure I'm writing my notes. I want to make sure it's very accurate about that
Harkover Lee,
untrustworthy
Principal
bitch.
Minister.
Thank you.
So Dahlia continues. So I'm going to bend the rules a little bit. If Missouri forces remove the Duchess and not mine not my allies, and hand control back over to the Danorans within the next 3 days, as King Aohan has graciously agreed. War will be averted.
Okay.
I wanted to just ask a question, if I may, to the lady.
Of course.
Before I do that, can I glad hand this lady?
Sure.
Hell yeah. Does she love me? I mean, 25 is pretty good.
It's 25.
Mhm.
Okay.
She smiles at you. Of course. Any question you would like, happy to answer. I do have places to be, as I have my duties consider me, so...
It will
you
be
have
very
questions,
quick.
please?
You've mentioned that Harkover Lee, Prime Minister Harkover Lee, Principal Minister Harkover Lee, is the one who verified this. Has there been any secondary verification? Has anyone seen or heard
Yes.
the Duchess? Oh, good.
There has. We do have some messengers that were able to escape the island before the Duchess's force fully took control of it. They send word back to Shiraj, and those word eventually reached over to me as I was in Weezer with the demand that I speak to the king and demand the surrender of the island immediately, or war be declared. I am working behind the scenes in my country to smooth things over, and this is the compromise we've kind of agreed to.
Thank you.
In Danoran, I say, quelle est la taille de sa force? What is the size of her force?
The Duchess force, and she'll respond back in Danoran. So those of you that speak Danoran understand what she says. The size of the Duchess's force, we're not entirely sure of the full scope of it, but it was enough to overcome a military fort and to have patrols around the island itself.
Wrong.
We estimate between 50 to 200. We would estimate on the lower end only because many of the Duchess's force are skilled spellcasters of sorts, have ties to nature, and are able to summon woodland beings and creatures of that nature.
Tenemos motif. So we're going in through stealth.
Stealth, yes. Dolph nods, and he says, is Emmanuel laughing, or is this Michael's laughing? That is 100% valid. Dolph nods, yes, we do have a plan that should hopefully keep you away from as many of the Duchess's force for as long as possible. And he will specifically look at Emmanuel as he says this.
I think we all do.
I'm wearing like a kitchen on me.
Blinkety clank.
People a zip code down heard me walk into this room. Okay, I'll try my best.
Be fine. We have some possible solutions to some. Dolph furrows his brow as he tries to think of a polite. She furrows her brow as she tries to think of a polite way to say this, and Dolph just says, "Because you're all fucking noisy." That's what it is. Well, most of you are fucking noisy. That's what it is. So,
Right.
one of you is fucking noisy, and that's what it is. You will be given some mission critical supplies to hopefully help with that. But the plan is for you to set out this evening on our fastest ship, the RNS Impossible. It'll take them the better part of 2 days.
On a boat tonight?
Tonight, yes. I'm sure, I understand that the events of 2 days ago made you a little leery of sailing boats, but I'm assured that Captain Smith is one of our best captains of the RNS, and the Royal Navy, and he will make sure that you all get there on time.
I don't mean to be too anxious about how we're on the other boat. Could we take an airship?
Or
If you can invent an airship in the time it takes between now and this evening, then sure.
There's no airships in Flint.
I do just want to raise a possible concern that our group, we are a wonderful group dedicated to justice and civil order, and we are very we have many strengths. We are not subtle
You are
in
not.
many respects.
Maybe the snake guy should do this one. He really seemed.
No,
I
No, no,
believe
no.
he is
I think
currently
at
working on
this
the
moment-
Wagner case.
I would like to look at like my team and be like, no, we will do this.
Right.
Okay.
Are you just worried about like the giant
Hmm.
kraken? Because that does raise some concerns with being on a boat over there.
Unless you're already thinking
Oh,
like
I-
it's seasick.
I think we can trust this captain. He sounds like
Are
he'll
you?
be able to get us there. And
And like,
If Alexias
know-
wants to do this, we will join him.
We will do
Yeah.
this. We have done harder things than this before. We will do harder things after. Come.
that's true.
I will take
And
off
I'm
my
looking at
armor.
Vinny like, why are you not with me on this? Like, no, we're going to do this.
Yeah, he seems so nervous.
Clocking that for later. But
Yeah, we'll unpack that later, not in front of mixed company.
I turn back to
No.
Laya and I'm like, what do we need to know?
So, doctors first, I appreciate you all framing this like you have a choice, and that is not part of
No,
your
we
job
don't have a
to do
choice.
this, but
You were chosen specifically.
We're
Just
chosen
raising, just
specifically.
raising valid concerns to our boss, who may give us
Us.
different orders.
I don't think so.
Because that's ever happened before.
Yeah.
So,
No.
as I was saying, impossible wouldn't meet with the rest of the Missouri Navy, I believe, 2 nights from now. It will meet up, and then it will, and he gestures towards Laya, and Laya kind of reaches into her, like her rucksack. She pulls out like a scroll case, and she will unfurl a map of Axis Island, and I'm going to put this up for you. That, and let me actually put this up for everyone. Axis Island. After doing this that evening, under the cover of night, RNS Impossible were heading to the sea cave over here. Laya has assured me that it leads to the bottom of the mine. Laya knows the location, but not the layout of the mine. You will disembark from the ship, head into the water, swim to the cave, swim up to the mine, and make your way towards the fort over here. The island's fort has a seawall around the harbor, which protects against storms and assault, but provides access for shipments in and out. While you're on the RNF Impossible, you'll be meeting up with a troop of Marines from the battalion. They're already on their way. They will handle most of the infiltration themselves. You are to serve as their backup, and you are to serve as an additional eyes and ears for the constabulary because the king has specifically requested it. The infiltrator's job is to make it to the sea gate, open it up to allow our fleet to access the fort, where we will commence with a full-scale bombardment. Your job is to find the Duchess. If anything goes wrong, if anything happens to you, the infiltrator's job will be to handle both. If anything happens wrong to the infiltrators, your job will be to handle both. It is imperative that Seagate is opened. If you attempt to capture the Duchess without first sending those ships in, you will be dealing with the full might of the Duchess's forces. Step 1, get into the sea cave. Step 2, get into the fort. Step 3, open the sea gate. Step 4, arrest the Duchess alive if possible.
And if not,
He looks to Quobbol at that question. If not, it would be your job to learn what you can.
okay,
Keep Quobbol alive.
I can talk to the dead.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was
would
gonna
have kept
say,
you
don't we
alive
all just
anyway.
kind of want to be alive?
I would like to be alive just because you want me alive.
King would also prefer that his sister be returned alive, but he understands that she may not be willing to surrender.
We'll see what we can do.
Cool.
Peggy will have some mission critical supplies for you downstairs. If she has not already delivered it to your office, I will help you in this task.
Grand.
Lyra looks up. If you have any questions for me about the island, I'm more than happy to answer. I do have some things to do. I have to head to the battalion and to the embassy to hopefully send some messages out. Yes.
So on this map, I see what looks like something that says a ruined temple. Is that going to be at all relevant to our mission here?
It should not. There was ancient civilization that inhabited this island before all of the wars, and we do have several archaeological digs that are happening. So whenever possible, if you do want to cross some ancient artifacts or sites of archaeological relevance, please do your best not to damage them. We understand that the priority is to turn this island back over to the Danorans. I do have some favors to request of you, though, if possible.
Yes.
At sunset 3 days from now, please do meet me, hopefully, at the docks of the port, where you will officially hand over the island back to me. It is my understanding the king has... Jeopardize is not the right word. I don't think there's a word for you, but he's given you all permission, the first right to turn this island back over to me. Specifically, Miss Deepstone, which I believe is you, and you as well. And she looks at you, Sanai, because I believe that both of you are Rosori natives.
Right.
The second thing is more of a personal request. I would like you to ensure the safety of one person in particular. A cousin of mine, Nathan, was on the island when it was attacked. And I'm just a bit worried that the Duchess might have harmed him just because. And she gestures at her horns. Nathan was just a teenager during the wars, and he deserves no punishment for whatever the grudges the Duchess holds. So if he's still alive, just please keep him safe until my people can pick him up and bring him home.
GM, what do I know about Nathan? Can I lore this? Do I need to?
You don't need to roll for this.
Okay.
Nathan is, the gear line is very, very large.
Mhm.
Or it's like one of those, royal families that have, cousins upon cousins upon cousins, trying to network, who's related to who is definitely a bit of a spider web of people. Nathan is probably in his, I think it was 19 or 20 years old. He has a fascination with astrology. Or not astrology, astronomy. A fascination with astronomy. Astrology, two different things. Fascination with astronomy, and so he has attended the university at Shiraj to study that. He's young, he's very impressionable, he's just almost very nerdy, if you would. Very book learning, always had his nose buried in a book.
Oh.
Lai says, there are other people that I know that are working on the island, some soldiers, people like that, archaeologists, but they knew the danger when they signed up to head there, because, forgive me for saying so, there's always a threat of aggression from your country towards ours. So they agreed to that. But Nathan is very young, and I would like to ensure his return, safe return, if possible. What choose you, Vinny?
Dolph, just a logistics question, please. Will we actually have to swim in the part under the mine?
Dolph nods, yes, and part of your mission critical supplies is that Penny has procured some potions of water breathing to ensure that you won't have to worry about that at all. So it should be a pretty easy swim from the boat to the sea cave.
I don't know how to swim. Maybe I should sit this one out.
The potion will allow you to not have to worry about that.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Excellent.
Have we seen Vinny swim before? Do we know that he's lying through his teeth?
You've seen him swim because he got knocked into the.
Yeah.
Are you at one point?
But I was dead. I was dead.
You were dead that
That's
one
true.
time.
You were
yeah.
dead. You were dead in the bayou. Yeah. I've not seen Vinny swim before. No.
Okay.
But I swear I probably talked about it.
Probably.
Lara says, if there's no other questions, I do have to get going to the embassy. I do want to make sure I'm here to answer whatever questions you might have, though. Well, then, she stands up and she pulls out a pocket watch, check the time. And says,
If she stands, I stand.
She gives you all a nod, and she'll make her way past you. She'll stop at you, Alexias, and she'll place a hand on your shoulder. I hope you're well. I admit I wasn't expecting to see you here, but I am glad you are.
I'm just gonna be quiet for a moment, and then I want to look in her eye and say, "Nous les trouvons. We will find him."
Please, find Nathan. And she'll turn and she'll head out. Dove watches her go and then motions for someone to close the door.
Close the door.
So, one other thing. King does suspect has a hunch there's more going on there. Hawkover does as well. And the reason why they wanted you specifically there is for you to just keep an eye open for anything that you might be out of place, because you will be heading into a Danoran military installation.
All right.
Do you have any questions for me? Now that she's gone.
I think so. Anyone?
What happens if, by chance, we meet her and everything, and she ends up taking this and still creating some means of war to happen? Will we be blamed for this? Betrayal, deception, those types of things.
Not by us. The Danorans? I don't know. These games of politics on the global scale a little bit above my pay grade, but it is something you should be aware of and cautious of.
I do have a question. In the hopefully unlikely event that the Duchess is killed, what is the most important thing we should ask her?
Why? Why did she do this? We need to know why, and if she has any allies that may be attempting to do the same thing.
Okay.
Well,
do you have maybe some floaties or some sort of device that I could wear that is full of air that would help me?
Potions
swim?
will help both you and Vinny to spin. Don't have to worry about it.
Because I have seen small children with the floaties. Those seem very helpful.
He just like stares at you. Anyways, this evening, head to the docks. The INS and possibly will be there. Captain Smith will be ready to take you to where you need to go. Mission critical supplies should be in your office by now. If they're not, talk to Peggy downstairs.
Okay, I'll go to Peggy. I'm just gonna go talk to Peggy first.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Delph. Thank you so much.
He gives you a nod. Good luck. Come back safe.
Thank you, sir.
On. You all head out into your office, or I think Vinny is going to Peggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going back to the office.
I'm. Hello, Peggy.
Hi, everything okay? Does the coffee need topped off? More writing, more pens? What do you need?
No, everything is so great. I did have a resource question for you.
Sure.
Oh, GM, what was that witch's name that spoke to me? I only know her as the Muckman.
Ashala.
Okay,
I'm gonna write it down for you.
thank you. Do you happen to have any, do we have anything and any lore or history or just even children's books on Bashala?
I can look. I'll check with the quartermaster and maybe just make a quick send a courier down to Podright University, get you some stuff on her. I do know a little. She is one of the members of the Unseen Court, the Fey demigod. So I think that's about it. I know the king does have some sort of deal that he has with the Unseen Court to make sure that the two courts are
right. Yeah.
But the Fae, they're capricious.
Amazing and silly. Do you happen to know how far her grasp goes? Is she kind of just a flint girly?
I believe Bashala's domain is that of the sea.
Just all of it. Just all of
I
it?
think so. I mean, I don't really know that much about Fae lore. That's just what I've heard.
No, that makes sense because she's a fae and amazing and a strong woman.
Just the water, all of it.
If you could just send to the university, we have to go tonight. So by lunch would be great.
Oh.
Thank you, Becky. And I'm gonna run upstairs, but right before I get into the office, I'm gonna try to take some grounding deep breaths.
Okay.
But I think you guys would hear me like, and then
we got back into the office. Like, did Vinny's voice seem higher than usual?
What's going on with Vinny?
I just didn't know that Vinny was so scared of the water.
Well, the last time we were on a boat and it almost blew up, and there are piranhas, so
he did almost die from piranhas, so we haven't had a great.
But
that makes sense.
Almost dying, so far from dying,
Yeah, good.
It's closer than a lot of people would like to be, though.
It's true.
That's fair. Vinny!
Hi.
Oh, the stuff's here, right? Yeah, Peggy didn't have it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, the stuff is there. Actually, let me do it this way. I'm gonna put it on the map for you so you can just click the item and
Just imagine Vinny trying to look so casual.
But like
breathing heavily, eyes just
0%.
huge.
There's sweat, and then you try to do that thing where it's just like, I'm gonna lean casually against like the door. Hey guys, what's going on?
sure, let's do it. Why is it not showing up?
I see it.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, I just double clicked on it.
That chest there.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, double click the chest, and you should. Oh, I know why it didn't pop up for me.
Cool.
Oh, we got a lot of healing potions.
Yep,
Yay! We need them.
this is true. We do indeed.
Now, I will point out that despite my heavy armor, I probably do have the highest athletics, and that is the swimming skill. So I'd probably be good swimming.
I have a -1.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
We might need to tie ropes to everybody, and then I'll just pull
Just
you
make sure we're
off the
okay.
water.
Do we all take everything or what?
You can drag it all into the party stash if you want, and then take off.
Mm.
I shouldn't mention the scrolls. Actually, let me double check here.
Into the party.
I got kicked
stand.
out of Banshee, so give me 1 second.
Oh,
No worries.
That's why I couldn't take it.
I'll put it in the party stash.
no. Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Makes sense.
So there's 2 boxes. There should only be 1. So I'm gonna get rid of the other one.
Yeah, I just put
Okay.
one worth in the party stash.
Great.
All right. So, Scroll of Magic Passage, I think.
It's a lot of healing. It's good.
So the way scrolls work in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, it has to be on the spell list in order to cast it. Scroll of Magic Passage is only arcane or primal, so only Sanai can cast that.
Okay.
Scroll of Silence, I believe Vinny can cast that as well if needed. Divine and Occult, so Vinny can cast it, and who else is Divine Caster? I think just
I'm
Vinny.
Occult.
You're Arcana?
Occult.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Okay, then Arcana, then Scroll of Passage, Quobbol, and Sanai can cast it. And Silence is Divine and what was it? Occult. Hold on. I'm getting myself confused. Quobbol is a occult, so you can cast Silence. That's it. Vinny is Divine, you can cast Silence, and that's it. Sanai, you are primal and divine, so you can cast both. Alright, does that make sense? Alright.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yes.
Feel free to split those up as you want to, but talk amongst yourselves what you want to do for the next adventure this evening.
I have been practicing a new skill, and I would be able to maybe meditate with someone and acupuncture them if they're willing, and I think that would ground us for this trip.
Oh, I'd be happy to try.
Me too.
Okay, I think I can only do 1 a day.
Oh,
All right,
that's okay. Quobbol can do it.
Going.
because I think I have to study a person for a day. You spend the day studying your ally and attempt to medicine check to improve their chi.
Oh,
So yes, I can help, and then you could get +2 to like your swimming bonus or whatever.
That's nice.
That sounds good.
Okay. Great. I'll get that ready. So stressed.
Are you all right?
Vinny, are you all okay?
Yeah.
And the voice gets really high.
You just seemed very uncomfortable to swim.
I really just am. I don't think I've shared this. I'm actually quite afraid of the water.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
I would never
Right?
have guessed it.
Yeah.
oh.
Okay.
Was- But you
Since
seemed
when?
fine on the boat.
I was being brave.
What about when we did the one thing a while ago
I don't know what you're
with the
referring.
whole like Muckman
I don't
thing?
remember
and,
what
like-
you're referring to.
No, you remember we dressed you up like the Muckman and then you are
Absolutely.
almost half in the water.
Time.
Yeah.
Eyes in my ears. I don't remember what you're referring to.
Vinny.
What is wrong?
What is happening here?
Hey,
I
my
feel like
friend.
someone should be like easy insight check.
Yeah.
Like,
What is going on here with you?
like, what is happening? Sweetie, why? Like, okay, did this just develop like recently? Because you seemed all right before.
Well, that was. I feel like when we did that, I was being brave
Mhm.
and trying to save the day.
Hey,
But
are you lying to me? Because I think that means you have to roll something.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you're
Richard.
muted,
You're
Richard.
muted again. 1 second.
Oh no, you're still
Nope.
muted.
Wait, we still can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Vinny, I
There
need
it
you to
is.
roll me a perception check. Not a perception, deception check. Make it blind.
great.
Because we can all feel the vibes are weird.
We all
Right.
feel the vibes are weird.
No matter our perception scores right now, the vibes are weird.
I will hero
You
point
just
it.
see,
I
you
will hero
kind of
point
look at Vinny. Look at Vinny, and you see this like rivulet of sweat. His head.
Uh-huh.
He's very clearly lying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to out a friend when they're clearly having a problem, so I will let it go. But I am going to look at Vinny like, I know you're lying. Like through your teeth. I'm good at this. I'm telling you right now, I know that you're lying.
I think Quobble's gonna walk up to Vinny, because I have this thing. He's gonna walk up to Vinny and he's gonna pull out a rock, and he's gonna put that rock in Vinny's hand. Be like, you can borrow this for a bit. It might help you feel better. And when you take the rock, you hear like a voice whisper in your ear, "You can do this."
Oh boy.
And I'm gonna hand Vinny my where are you, inventory? My stone of encouragement.
My eyes immediately water. Like I'm not like crying, but I'm like very moved because I
This is
as well.
a Vinny through and through
This is
move.
this is a quick way to Vinny's heart.
Nailed it.
Are you giving that stone to Vinny to carry for the foreseeable future?
Yes, to help them feel continue to feel brave.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that onto your
Yeah,
sheet
go
then,
ahead.
Vinny. Because this is
It's
an actual
great.
item.
Read the description. It's incredible.
Okay.
Oh my
Well,
god.
let me- I want to read
So
it,
funny.
but I think that might give me the courage to tell you guys what's happening.
Okay.
Stone of encouragement. I'm reading it.
Mhm.
Oh, you can do it. Let's go.
It just whispers.
It just telepathically tells you.
So
Oh,
you're doing
that's
it. You
so
can do it.
Let's
This
go.
is
It's
so
so cute.
pure.
I think, okay, it says you can ask the stone for help. So I'm
Mhm.
going to whisper back. Should I tell them?
You hear Theo's voice, because it specifically telepathically projects the voice of someone you trust, though you know it's not Theo, you know it's not. You say Theo's voice is, I believe you would do what's right.
It's fucking adorable.
This is incredible. This is
It
such
was-
a
It was a
clutch
gift when I
item.
was a kid.
I'm not being honest.
Called it.
Well, that's not cool.
Right. What's
I
going
know.
on?
Remember the muck man?
How
Mhm.
could we forget?
What a good goof we did
What a
together.
good goof! It was but less the sea witch who I was inspired by
has threatened my life and said if I go into the ocean, I am to die.
Who said this? Who threatened my little Vinny?
The Fae Queen?
What?
She's like a Fae Queen.
The fake queen of the Muckman. That is a myth.
But not a myth, apparently.
What's her name?
Balessa.
All right, I'm rolling an esoteric lore check on this.
Nala.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Belinda, whatever, man.
Yeah.
What do I get off that lore check, Richard?
All right.
What I know about this.
21.
What I know about this.
Bishala. Bishala is a member of Unseen Court. The Unseen Court is basically the ruling body of the Fae that live in the dreaming, which is sort of like how the Bleak Gate represents like the darker half of the world, and then the dreaming is that other part. Brighter, more chaotic in a way. The Fae Court, the Unseen Court, made up of many different people, all with their own individual domains. With the 21, I think you know that Bishala is one of claims as her domain, the sea, the ocean. Most of the Fae have these very, very weird, strange, arcane rules about how they should be dealt with. Dealing with the Fae Court, specifically the Unseen Court, is probably just asking for trouble. Even if you think you are making good with them, making inroads with them, they probably have like 13 other things up their sleeves ready to just cause havoc because they live forever and it will amuse them. I would say also that you know that specifically Razor itself was once a shared world between the Fae and the people that lived here. As technology began to encroach, the Fae have begun to depart. You do know that there is a bargain that has been struck between the king and the Fae that involves some sort of, probably some offerings to ensure that they're not going to come back in mass, bring a force of like Fae Knights or creatures or whatever it is, and just wreak havoc everywhere. That's all you get.
Now, if I recall correctly, we know, or we learned last time, that the king is sending someone called the Green Knight to, is it the dreaming, to do a little bit of investigation?
Yes. Her name is Dame Gillen.
So I'm going to share all the information that I have with the group here that I just remembered and say, you know, the king does owe us a favor. It is possible maybe we send him a message before we go and say, hey, we know you are sending this person who has dealings with the Fae, and if you could also put in a good word for our friend Vinny.
So, yeah, worth a try.
Do we want to use our favor with the king?
To keep you from being devoured by
To
a
protect you from a sea witch,
yeah.
yes. I
think that's
worth
a
it.
pretty good favor spent.
I mean, just based off what you said, though, Alexias just seems to be mindful that even if you put it in a word form, then it doesn't seem like it'll matter if she wants him dead.
I'm sure it will matter.
Worth a try, though.
And this way, we don't actually have to do any dealing with them. Someone who has experience with them is doing dealing in our stead, which is why I suggested.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. My first plan was to create a dummy of me and dress it up as the Muckman and throw it into the river and see if she kills that instead. So,
So,
As
count her intelligence.
Don't put your eggs in one basket. That seems great.
I think a dummy of me is just a good idea to have in general.
Like
Just,
like
I
a
guess,
scarecrow.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Just a decoy, Vinny. You never know. You
I
might
think-
need it.
I'm gonna. Should I go talk to Peggy?
About a decoy, Vinny?
Make a decoy.
I think it's better if we do it ourselves. That way, it seems more genuine.
Mm.
Yeah, I think she'll care about the quality of.
Yeah, I do think that a Fey Queen will need to be fooled with a really good decoy.
You all made it a
But
really good
what
one
if we put
initially.
some? What
That's
if we
true.
put some of Vinny's hair into the decoy?
Oh,
So that
God.
way,
I'll like play with my two like good hairs.
Yeah,
There's so little hair there.
just the one little baby hair.
I don't know. Maybe some fingernail clippings
Is it like a
or
Charlie
something.
Brown hair that's just like caught up like Charlie Brown? Is that what it is?
Oh
single
Little
my.
hair here. There's little hair in the ears.
I have more hair in my ears than in my.
Okay.
Just listen to the
I'm
rock.
just saying, if we use genuine Vinny materials, it can't not fail.
I don't know. I've never dealt with anything like that particularly. So
I'm just mad because I just love the face so much, and I've been trying to get in good, and I do one little joke, haha, to try to save the town.
Well, they're very fickle.
yeah, they're
This
tricky.
is true. Yeah,
What
very
if
fickle.
what
They'll
if
tell
on,
you one thing, yeah. You never
What
know.
if
They
on
can say
the-
one thing and do something completely different.
Mm.
So
what if on the decoy you put in a note and you say that I made you do it?
I'll just put I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That
yeah. I
will-
feel like an apology is going to be better if we're going to put a note inside of a decoy.
Yeah.
Not
don't know.
just getting someone else to be blamed to then
I'd
also
rather none of us
be-
be blamed.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to just
But I
extend the
mean, we
list
could
of
also
people
just
that
be.
a Fey Queen wants dead,
Mm.
you know.
Hey Richard, I have a question.
It's fine. I want to die at sea, so it's fine.
If can I do an Elijah check? Because I have a question.
Sure.
I'm trying to find out if this creature, this Bashala, sees us with Vinny. Are we all screwed?
Yes. Yes, we
make a religion
are.
check. Why don't you
I don't
click the
think-
recall knowledge? Recall knowledge.
I don't think the
Oh,
Phantom
are you
is
trying to recall
really
knowledge?
discriminatory. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, if you're trying to recall knowledge, I can help you.
Okay.
So if you like are trying to do that, I can use my tattoo to give you a bonus.
Oh, no NPC or familiar actor is selected. What are you talking about?
Click on your token and then click the thingy.
Click on my token.
E.
Oh, my token, my combat token. I don't have
Yeah.
that. Where is it? I
Oh,
think
it's
it's
not on-
gone.
Oh, it's not on this map. That's why.
Yeah.
You can
Oh.
you can go to the thing and click on your
1 second.
in the party and just drag yourself out there.
Oh,
But
There
that's
we
it.
are.
Okay. Now, where is recall? Now I found it. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you're trying to recall knowledge around me, I can essentially clock that you're doing that. If you're doing it openly, if you're trying to be
No, I'm
secret about
kind
it.
of I'm thinking you can see it. Like it looks like she's really.
Okay,
just, like,
great, excellent. Then if I see
yeah.
you thinking about it, then the tattoo in my neck, the closed lilac buds will blossom all across my neck, and you will get a +2 status bonus to your recall knowledge check.
Nice.
So plus
Okay.
2 bonus.
+2 bonus, yeah.
This could go wildly wrong, y'all. I could get a natural 1.
no, it's gonna go so good.
I mean,
Gonna
Do you want to
nail
roll a
it.
hero point?
I
I
have.
hate it when he does this.
God, it's
We
such a
have hero
terrible
points.
question.
We
have
have them.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, use them.
I-
But
But
I-
you never
I don't-
know because it's not
Yeah,
like
you don't know.
advantage where you keep the higher roll. It's just hard to know.
I'm gonna do it. I never use them, so
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't.
Awesome.
We're
We're
doing
not fighting
okay.
anything right now.
Yeah.
Well, not
It was a nat 20. That's what I'm manifesting right now.
The second one, though, not the first one.
Not the first one. The second one.
I bet you that
Definitely.
was worse.
You don't know.
Okay.
Oh
Oh.
man.
Darn.
You didn't critically fail, but you didn't see them. You don't know.
Okay. So I will say that it's do you know anything about them to the point where if we're seen or contacted with you that we could all be
The temperature of the nightmares I'm having are kind of just like anyone it's I don't think she's gonna go for precision. It's just gonna be like anyone around me is gonna get taken down.
Great.
Well, we
Great.
will
Great. Mm-hmm.
hopefully we won't be swimming that long, and maybe we have to cross that bridge when we get there, yeah?
I still think that we should message the king and ask him to intercede on our behalf via the Green Knight.
We
I
can
mean,
certainly
maybe
try.
I could just tell her that it was a compliment and I'm just bad at makeup. I was trying to be like her.
Vinny,
What
I
did
love
she
you. I
say?
really do, but I do not think that you should attempt to contact this creature. I do not think you should have any sort of direct one-on-one conversations with this creature. It seems like a bad idea for any of us to do that. Not just
Wait.
you.
Hold on. Wait. We've met some before, you know. We met
Gail
CJ
loves
before. They
me.
were nice, you know.
Yes, but is Gail a part of the unseated court?
I don't remember.
I don't think all fays are the same. Is what I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't think they all are the same.
I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe she can be reasoned with. You know?
Okay, we'll tell the king. He's gonna.
What did she say?
We could tell
to you?
Gail too. I don't care. I just think that we should ask someone who deals with these creatures on a regular basis
So that we
to
don't
do it. That's all I think.
screw ourselves over, yeah.
Do we still have a way to talk to Gail? Do we still have the feather, or did that?
I mean,
Yes.
we still have the feathers, but it takes forever.
She
There's
has
also
never
the
responded.
messenger. There's
She has
also,
never responded to us.
But we've also
Also the
always asked her to
messenger
do
when-
something like that day.
Yeah, well.
or like in 10 minutes, like when we're gonna fight something. We've never been like, hey, we have this extenuating circumstance we'd like you
Yeah.
to weigh
Yeah,
in
'cause
on.
we have a whole day of travel.
Yeah,
That's
we have
true.
a lot. Yeah.
We could send something via the feather to her just to see
Gail.
if she knows anything or if she
Yeah.
has any pull.
Is it in a drawer? Or who has
Absolutely.
it?
I've got one.
Who has it?
I think
I
Goodfellas
have
got
one
We
too.
gave a drawer full of feathers over here. Someone
great-
does a feather
It's a
drawer.
drawer full of so many feathers that Vinny's just been putting in there because it looks like a feather drawer, so we don't know which one's the right one.
Just open it up and it's just like a poof, like feathers everywhere all over the room.
I thought this is where we get the feathers.
And maybe, and this is a great opportunity because maybe we can ask her, is it a good idea to involve the king? Because remember, involving the king in this situation, interfering with the courts and
Oh, that's
That's
fair.
a whole
That's
geopolitical statement. Yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
Let's ask Gail and not the king. That's totally fine. I just think it shouldn't be us.
Like first.
I
Well,
don't
this-
think it should be us either.
Well, ask Gail what she thinks we should do.
tell her the option, you know, there's an option. Is it okay to
So
contact the king, pull in a favor, or can you help
who
us?
who is going to do this? Because we all have the feathers except for Alexias, but I don't think we should all send a message.
Yeah, no, just the one.
Maybe I'll just tell her what's going on.
Sure.
We got along really well.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down first. What do you guys?
Meanwhile, Dahlia's over there just putting potions in her bag.
I kept 3 in case I need them. I didn't take all of them. I saw Sanai taking some.
I absolutely respect.
I
I just
took
it
healing
popped up on my
potion.
screen. I just had an image of you like, yeah.
Don't even worry.
I only took them because I saw Goodfellow taking them. So
Great.
I
We all
started
point
taking them.
fingers at each other.
All right. Well, maybe while Vinny is putting
I
together a
think
message,
your letter
we all
should be
take
very
a little
short.
bit.
It should say, Gail, assistance needed. Bashala is trying to kill us.
Well,
Bashala wants us dead. Should we involve the king? It has to be short. It
yeah.
has to be short. Like
Well-
short. Or we can say something like, I don't know. You can say like, am I in danger from Bashala? Should I inform
I
the
am.
king?
I am definitely
You
in
know
danger.
that Vinny, at least, is in danger.
Let's just make the assumption that we're all in danger.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, how about this? Hi, Gail. It's Vincent. I've been threatened by Bashala for impersonation. Thoughts? Should I involve the king?
Beautiful. Absolutely
What
beautiful.
can I do?
It takes a while.
It'll
does.
take. It goes 10 miles per hour.
But it will get to her eventually.
Don't know where she is. So.
Bye.
Listen,
You pick up the golden feather and speak into it, and you both feel the breeze of the air swirl around you. That's out the window. Might take some while for it to come back.
We'll see.
Okay, that's what I. Yeah. Hi, Gail. It's Vincent. I've been threatened by Bashala for impersonations. Thoughts? Should I involve the king or apologize to her directly? That's it. That's what it says.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
great.
Yeah, it isn't. We're trapped in a church. Please, God, help us.
Exactly. You know, this is actually
This
something
one is-
that feels like we should be using the feathers for instead of what we have been trying to use the feathers for.
It was a real Hail Mary. He was like, I'm out of ideas.
That was one of the worst days of my life, my real life.
I was like, I looked in there. I just didn't have a high enough look. Anyway, we're out. We're done. And only
Yeah.
one man died. An innocent man died. That's okay.
You guys don't know that, though.
Well, we know that he's dead, but we don't know that it was somebody's fault.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Correct.
And that's okay.
Mhm.
I was sorry after a good 30 minutes or so. You
Ah.
hear this tapping on the window. You see like a little
Ah.
yellow bird.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
bird.
wow.
Wow.
He must be close by.
It flutters inside, kind of like does like a couple of laps around the room, and just sort of like sits down on like the part of a chair, like one part of a chair just perches over there, and it chirps at you for a little bit, and then you hear the chirping suddenly like change and transform into what sounds like Gale's voice, only with a slightly more melodic accent coming from the bird. Three things. First, do not tell her that you know me. I do not wish to be involved with you having pissed off a member of the unseen court. Second, talking to the king. If you have inroads with the king, it couldn't hurt. Third, and I mean this sincerely, not as a warning or threat or anything like that, you should pray. The bird like chirps again.
Do we all hear that?
You all heard that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the birds, they talk to us. Of course, it's the bird. The bird comes, it talks, it's actually a lady, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
So wait, that's not Gale.
No, this is a
That
bird.
bird is not.
Okay.
But the lady talks through the birds to us
Okay.
when we send the feather out.
You know, like the birds and the bees? It's like that.
No.
I
No.
don't, I
No.
don't think it's like the
No.
birds
That's
and the
different.
bees.
Nope.
No.
No birds like that. Mhm.
Okay.
Then,
Hey, you guys, that was a fast answer for Gail.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
feel good about this.
should I go tell Delph to talk to the king?
Well, if this will impede on our mission and knock off any form of this infiltration, yeah.
I think
I'm-
maybe he would want to know if this is the
Mhm.
situation, and we
If
should.
one or more of our team might be devoured in the sea,
Yes, and the other people involved. This is more than just us.
And I feel like I don't want to like step on his toes and talk to the king directly because I feel like there's like hierarchical, like I want to be respectful of his title.
Yeah.
He will appreciate that. Delph likes that. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does anybody want to come with me?
I'll go
Sure.
with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go with
We all
you.
go. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
that's
go,
how I feel.
team. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
What else are we doing? Let's go.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for this night.
What's up? We just left. Hello.
It was
Yeah, you
like
walk
40
into
minutes
Delph's
ago.
office, knock on the door, and says, "Come in." Got like a big wad of chewing tobacco in his mouth. He spits it into a
Blech.
spittoon nearby.
Nasty.
Soon, everything okay? Did you get everything? Supplies were there.
Yes.
We have the supplies. We have a little bit of a hiccup.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Vinny. And I just kind of push.
And I'm still holding the rock.
and it's all it's
It's
gonna say
okay.
is
I believe in you. You can do it.
Sir, for part of a mission a month ago, a successful mission, it was the first time. I took some creative liberties to ensure no fatality of any citizens during a mission. This choice has now had repercussions beyond my understanding. I am not sure if you are familiar with Bishala.
Yes.
She is quite upset with me because I think she believes I was performing a mockery of her when really it was meant as a compliment. And she has come to me via dream and threatened my life if I ever enter the ocean.
There was this very, very long moment of quiet.
This sounds insane.
Vinny Quobbol, you can see some of the color has changed from his face a little bit. You have the best perception, yeah. But you do see that. And he says, there are only 4 certainties in this world: death, taxes, don't fuck with the pay. And you've done one of them.
And I'm terrible at taxes.
What is the fourth one?
The fourth one.
Anything can be a mimic.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So we reached out to a Fae friend in how to handle this most appropriately. Sanai, can and we were thinking, Alexias brought up, if I may say so, that maybe it would be a good idea if we we did
Kind of grab your hand. I grab your other hand.
we did save the king's life recently, and he said if we needed anything, and this feels, given the current mission, I thought I could avoid the ocean for quite a long time. But given the current circumstances of the ocean being involved in the next mission that the king has requested of us, maybe we ask the king to talk to the unseen court and
We know that the king is sending the Green Knight into the dreaming to do some business anyway, and perhaps maybe we roll this into that. So that we, of course, are not in any way, shape, or form having any sort of dealings with the
We can get the Duchess.
Okay.
And making sure that we're not interfering in any other things that we have going on, maybe not inciting additional aspects of war or ending the infiltration mission with a little interference.
Right.
I will have a message sent to the king. You should be very careful, regardless. If they would talk out of both sides of their mouth.
Of course, Delph. I just want you to know the mission went so well. This wasn't pointless.
Mhm.
It became quite a ruckus amongst.
He holds up a hand to stop. You've all proven yourselves to me over and over. You don't need to explain yourselves anymore. I will do this. See what the king says. It may take some time. The message has to go to the king, who has to relay it to Dangelin, who has to talk to the unseen court, who knows how long that will take, and then come all the way back. You still need to be on that boat this evening.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And
Thank
I will
you.
trust in your companions to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we
Got
will.
it. Yeah.
I also want to apologize. I lied earlier. I can definitely swim. I was trying to find
Okay.
it out before involving you, sir.
Sometimes the less I know, the better.
Agreed.
Will you be okay for tonight?
Absolutely.
He looks at you and then looks at everyone else. Will he be okay for tonight?
No.
Yes.
He's going to
Well,
be great.
as long as we
We're
don't
all
go
great,
in,
actually,
we're not going to swim tonight, so it should be fine.
Yes, we're going to be just
Ah.
fine.
We'll be all right. We'll deal with whatever we have to deal
Good
with.
news is the Impossible is a fastest ship in our fleet. Can outrun anything in the sea.
Ooh.
All right.
Be careful when you go into the water.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? And I have some stuff I need to do. And you see him reaching out, grabbing his briefcase, and he taps his briefcase with his cane briefly before he picks it up. I'm gonna head to the university, talk to some mages there to send some messages. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's out the door.
I think that went well.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. He seemed all right.
I think he likes us.
Uh-huh.
He seems to trust us, which is nice.
And I'm very sorry for involving all of you.
No worries, Vinny. We're
Oh, trust
friendly.
me. I'm pretty sure we're all being involved in each other's stuff. It's only a matter of time before it all gets revealed.
Honestly, I'm glad that you did, because otherwise we can't help.
Right.
The
Well, I
only way
just
we can help
figured-
each other is to tell each other things.
Absolutely.
I just figured like a
I just look at you.
mission.
Look like that.
I just didn't want all of you to also get attacked in the middle.
It's okay.
It's all right.
You've protected us. Yeah, Dahlia said this many times. You've protected us so many times.
Over and over again.
A lot. You're very important to this team.
Thank you.
We would all be dead without you, Becky.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. Mhm.
I'll
Mhm.
give the rock back to Quobbol.
No, you should keep it for now.
I'll put it in my little pouch pocket that I have in front. Can I have a hug?
Yeah, of course.
And I'll give Quobbol a big hug. Okay.
Yay, group hug.
Hug! Hug!
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pray and write Theo a death note.
Oh,
Let's do that when we come back from our break. Let's take a 10-minute break here. So, chat, we will see you in 10 minutes. All right. So, I'll see you in 10, chat. welcome back to Gears of Revolution. We're going to pick up right where we left off with a potential note and a prayer to be given. And I don't know if anybody has anything else they want to do with the hours remaining until this evening. Still pretty early in the morning, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning at this point.
I did want to be able to maybe grab Vinny. Maybe at a point like when we're both grabbing coffee and just say to him, so you're pretty worried about everything, yeah? Well, if it helps, you know that I am always going to try to protect everybody as best as I can. I can stand next to you the whole time and try to keep you safe and make you feel okay.
Thank you.
Cool, good. Okay, bye.
Good talk. Good talk.
The only other thing is I wanted to do acupuncture on Quobbol.
This is going to be very funny.
Right? No, acupuncture. That's my.
I'm definitely
So-
sitting in the room watching this happen. Like,
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Okay. So let me look at this. So I want to make sure I give you the right DC for this. So the 4th level DCs are 19. Which I think is going to be pretty easy for you to make, actually. So,
I hope so.
so you spend like the rest of the day kind of studying Quobbol and eventually describe how you do this acupuncture thing.
Okay. What I would like to do is get a room, probably an interrogation room in the basement. And I'm going to put down on the table, I'll put down like a little blanket. And I'll light like a candle or something. But it's definitely in an interrogation room, just so we can have the privacy and the quiet. And I'll tell Quobbol to lay down face up with his arms out, like the, no need to get undressed. We're not doing that kind of. And then I'll do dry needle acupuncture. I'll have some that I get from my healer's tools. I think I would go as close to that trance state as I could. Like when I did the golden chariot for Kim. So my eyes aren't rolled back, but I'm definitely like humming a kind of a prayer. And I'll just kind of gather where I think the stress in Quobble's body is. A lot of hands and arms, maybe a couple of forehead tensions.
There's a weird amount of stress in his neck.
Right. And I think his eye where
his eye twitches there.
I think I'm just gonna go kind of around. Like it'll be like weirdly a lot of them there.
All right. Go ahead and make your medicine check. Quobbol, you see there's needles going and around as Vinny's like almost humming. And his eyes just kind of go a little bit white.
It's probably fine.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
This is the most relaxed that Quobbol has ever been.
There we
You're
go.
going to have to write this down because there's no way for me to automate this. But on critical success, why don't you tell him when he gets on a critical success section?
Oh, yes, I can do that.
Critical success.
Yay. I have to look it up because it's brand new. But on a critical success, you grant your ally the choice of a +2 circumstance bonus to one downtime activity skill check within the next week. Or the ability to roll twice on their next saving throw within the week.
Ooh.
Against an affliction effect, which is like diseases and stuff like that.
Okay.
Those are nice.
That's what you can use
That's
this
very
for.
nice for me because a disease affects me and Nagy.
Yeah.
If I get them.
And you have the week a week to use it, but now you're immune to my acupuncture benefits for the week.
That's fair. You can't do acupuncture too often.
All right. So I believe I'm going to say, because it's not entirely clear if you have to pick, so I'm going to say, Quobbol, you get to pick. You feel very relaxed as all of his needles kind of get up. Just feel much more relaxed and more calmer, centered, I guess. All right.
He just has
Anything
a
else?
ring of needles around his eye.
His giant foggy eyes, just huge rings. So that's what's happening downstairs in the windowless interrogation room. What are the rest of you doing until the evening?
Do we have enough time to like go home?
Yeah.
I think so, because we have to be back at nighttime, right?
Evening, so 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Okay. You just tell everyone I'm going home and head out.
I tell everyone I'm going home. I get in that carriage and make my way home. And then I sit and I think of everything I'm going to need for the week in just like a preparation type thing. Just preparing my mind for this situation that is about to occur. Do some really quick thinking about who am I choosing? What side am I really on? And then I think I might take a nap. I don't know what's gonna happen. Just essentially the whole accoutrement, get some tea, have a nice listen to the radio, listen to some music, just prepare myself for the chaos that is about to ensue.
Okay. Anybody else? Kim, you muted.
I'd love to talk to Alexias at some point. I would like to ask
Okay.
something. All right.
I am just
I don't know where you are.
hanging out. If I go home, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I'm probably just honestly napping in my chair.
Great.
In the office.
Oh yeah, we should probably ask Peggy for a new chair. Broke one. Sorry.
I've just been standing.
Just standing around at your desk. Good fella, why don't you ask Peggy for a new chair?
Oh, I'm fine. Standing is good for you.
All right. It's like, who am I to stop him from standing like a weirdo?
Pleasures.
I feel like we would have an extra chair or two, just knowing we might need one. Anyway, yeah, I go up to Alexis like, you seem to know Dahlia a bit.
Everyone knows Dahlia. She's a house chair.
Sure, but like, she put her hand on your shoulder. Said she was.
Well,
a little bit more. I don't know. Just seemed a little bit more familiar, I suppose.
I suppose. I am Danoran and she's Danoran, and we are Danorans together. And I'm sure that she saw, me as a countryman as well. I work for Resor. I live in Resor, but once I did not.
Sure. Well, I wasn't gonna make any assumptions like all Danorans know each other and all.
No, of course, and that is well. But I think maybe that's maybe that is why.
All right, and so you don't really have any kind of insight into her, or
I know things about Dahlia. Is there something you want to know? What now? And then I'm like changing shift. I was like, is there something? What's going on? What do we need to know about Dahlia? Do you need information? And I would pull out like diamond phone.
Go through your filing cabinet.
What do you need to know?
No, just like, I guess, can we trust her?
I think so. Maya is one of the peacemakers.
Yeah.
She's interested in peace with Risa. Not everyone in Danoran is. And I believe in House Chia. Not everyone in Danoran does.
Politics everywhere, you know.
Yes.
All right. Just want to make sure that, you know, we do all this work and then it all comes to naught no matter how good we do our jobs, right? Like,
Well, that is something we will always have to fear, I think.
that's true too.
To tell you the truth, I am more worried about where we are going than why.
Yeah, I'm really worried that just a little group of us against a whole encamped force is a lot, but
Yes, and in a place where things have happened before,
yeah.
the archipelago is not a good place.
Okay.
But when it comes to Dahlia, I will trust her.
All right. Have I noticed the like shift? His like the caginess and then the like shift into, oh, I can be very upfront about this whole thing. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not one of the perception people, so
I don't think I'm making like hard deception kind of stuff here. Like
no, but
I'm
you are
being cagey, but yeah.
You've always been cagey, though.
yeah.
You can make.
You're
If
doing
you
the
want-
thing that I do sometimes. You're doing the thing of like, what do you know? It's like everyone knows these things.
Is that a Dahlia or a Kim thing?
Yes. That was a good fellow asking me if have I done bad things, and I'm saying we've all done bad things.
Right, who hasn't done a bad thing? What were you saying, GM?
Yeah, sorry. Can I
I
make
was going to say, Dahlia, if you want to make a blind perception roll, you can. It's going to be against Alexias's
There's
either
no
deception or persuasion or diplomacy.
Deception.
Oh no, I would be doing deception here, not diplomacy.
Oh yeah, no.
It's you don't have to roll. It's DC. You automatically count as 10 plus whatever you roll. Whatever would be your bonus would be. So I'm going to look it up right now. You don't have to say anything.
I rolled.
You feel that Alexias, even though he can be cagey about some things, he's never really given you a reason to disbelieve him.
Sure. He's just private.
Yeah.
Like I think when all of our names are in the front page of the paper, my name just says like Inspector Alexias.
No last name.
There's no last name.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, all right.
I will say this to you. Once Sanai asked me a question. She said, "Can I trust you?" And I told her, yes. And I told her, and I'm going to look in your eyes, I am your friend. And so I tell you this now, I'm your friend. And I trust Naya for what it is worth.
All right. I trust your judgment. And I consider you a friend too. I do trust you. Haven't given me a reason not to.
No.
All right. I really don't want to get eaten by a sea witch.
I really don't want to get eaten by a sea witch either. And let me tell you, this has happened, I feel, in the archipelago before. So
Oh, well, that doesn't help me, but thank
Right.
you for that.
right. This is why I say I'm more worried about where we go than why we go there.
Right. Is this place like deeply haunted?
Many have died there.
Right.
But
Looking
we will
forward
not.
to it. No. I'm sure we've survived worse.
See, that is the spirit. Hand on the back.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, is there anything you want to do during this downtime?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I want to go talk to Peggy and I want to ask her for all the information that she can give me on 2 people. One is Duchess Ethelyn, and the other is Harkover Lee.
Okay. She says sure. Of course, I will do that. I think I already sent a courier to get some stuff for Vinny, but when he comes back, I'll send him out again.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't organize. We should have sent all of our requests at the same time, Peggy.
That's not. You can send him whenever you want. It's just a timing thing. So as soon as he comes back, we'll go back out again.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I hope that you are doing good today. How are you? It has been challenging.
I'm good. It's been an interesting day. I didn't expect the Minister of Outsiders to be here, but also, can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, of course.
Is Alexias okay? Because I saw his apartment.
It's a little dirty, but that's okay. I live in a big, like, long house.
Okay. I'm a little concerned about you because little dirty is how I would describe that at all.
Oh, it's just the mess that a young bachelor has.
I've been into the apartments in my younger days to many young bachelors and suitors, and I can tell you that they do not live like that.
Well, first of all, Peggy, you're very young. Do not discount yourself at all. Second, oh my goodness,
thank
you will have to tell me some stories. And 3, well, perhaps we can, after we get back, maybe schedule an intervention. He's invited me to his apartment once or twice, and maybe I could clean up some of the old dried out cups of coffee and things like that, just maybe neaten things up a little bit. But I mean, we've all had our sloppy phases.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't, but I mean, I'm trying to do my best to defend him. He's a little messy. We'll work on it, but thank you.
Anything else you need?
Nothing at all. Thank you, Peggy.
You
You aren't here.
No, I know. I just
You make it very hard to defend your hygiene.
All right.
You said you had multiple half-eaten cups of soup just in your apartment filled with cigarette butts. What do you want from me?
I don't take it back. I stand by it.
That's a choice.
Okay. Anything else is happening during the next couple of hours until you have to be at the docks? All right. Doesn't look like it. So
waiting for our stuff to come back. Our lore checks.
So the first thing that comes back is Vinny's books on Bashala. There are definitely some pretty big tomes. There's definitely some children's books about the Unseen Court. Some big tomes. It takes you some time to read them, but the good news is you do have a ship ride to look forward to. The second thing that happens is Peggy enters your office and says, "Hey, I just got word back from messenger. We have a big messenger relay from Harkover. Harkover said that Dane Gillen has already gone into the dreaming. However, he tomorrow morning he is going to send a message. He didn't quite prepare the necessary rituals today, so it'll take him some time, but he will speak to Angel about something. He didn't quite tell me what it was. I think he wanted to keep it on the down low or something, but apparently you would know, so...
Thank
Okay.
you.
Is that chair broken?
Yeah.
You need to tell me these things so I can
What?
get them fixed.
Oh, we were going to tell you, but
It just happened.
Make
things
your life
just,
any harder.
yeah.
You've already done so much for us.
You work so hard.
It's my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. Make sure that you are all well taken care of and making sure that your chairs aren't broken. Maybe. And she kind of walks over to Alexias and puts like a little piece of paper on the desk, giving you the information of a cleaning service for you to use at your leisure, your choice. And she just slowly backs out of the room.
Jade.
And heads out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Little bit of a hint there.
No.
No, not you, never.
I tried to explain to her. I know where everything is, and if someone comes and rearranges things, I will not know. Plus, it's very dangerous to mess with some of the things that you don't know what you're messing with,
What are you keeping your apartment?
Nothing.
All right.
Anyway,
Hmm.
what's in the book?
What's in the books?
Oh yeah. What is in the books?
Oh. Benny?
Took over to Benny.
Yeah.
I got some light reading for the trip.
Light reading, huh? These tomes.
Right. I go over and look at the title.
There's a lot of different titles. One is just the Knight and the Fey Queen. There's another that is called treats you on the geopolitical ramifications of the unseen court as compared to, and it just goes on from there. It's like very long dissertations. Yes, and you know what? There's another romance novel. There's a couple of romance novels of that.
Okay, well, those are not
Fine.
reading.
There's this autobiography by like this famous bard named Rockrakus, who claims to have like slept with all of these different fey queens and demigods. There's all of these kind of things. So.
No, you're gonna smite someone.
It's just a book by Patrick Rothfuss.
Yes. Yeah, there's romance novels, definitely a series of 3, and like the third one has been waiting to come out for the last 10 years, and it's not been written yet, so.
Someday. We'll get it someday.
Get it someday.
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
You can do it.
Please, I need to know.
Definitely some light reading for you, but.
I can help. I have no problem with helping you read through some of these things.
I just thought maybe the more knowledge on what we're getting ourselves into, the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good
I'm
to
a
know.
learner.
So I like thumb through one of the romance novels, like, yeah, it's really good to know.
I'm gonna take this one. This is for me? Okay.
Just gonna take a look.
All right. You eventually gather up your stuff, your new books, and everything else. Unfortunately, the books from Padron University and what you requested, Emmanuel, will not be ready by the time you come back. But
All of the evidence is there.
Won't let this go.
Emmanuel is like on like Sanai
He's
level.
a dog with a bone right now and will not let it go.
It's hark overly and all strings leading.
This man is bad.
I know why I don't like him. I don't need strings. Lying son of a bitch.
you all gather up into your carriage,
Wow.
and Hadsworth will take you down to the docks. Wish you all a fond farewell. Just get out of the carriage, and you see Captain Smith, who Vincent met on the ship is
Yes.
waiting at the like a gangplank leading up to the ship. He just kind of gives you a quick tip of the cap, all of you. Oh, it's lovely to see you all again. Vincent, good to see you. I can't thank you enough for taking that blowhard out of my ears, ear holes, your sight, however you want to say it. I appreciate it.
I understood the assignment. Thank you, Captain Smith.
Of course. Well, glad to have you all on board. Please, up on. We're going to make good time. So I believe we should be getting there in 2 nights.
Cool. Amazing.
All right.
Excellent.
GM, I would
Yes.
have left. I wrote Theo a note that I would have left with Peggy when we
Okay.
left. Just so
Okay.
you know.
Does Peggy deliver to Theo, or is it like, in case of? No.
Yeah, it can be delivered.
It can be delivered? Okay. If you want to write it to me in a private message.
Sure.
Just Death
Uh,
Note.
I would
He's
like
gonna-
to stay within 15 feet of Vinny at all times if I could.
Oh yeah, getting on the boat, there's definitely going to be some. Is it like, how big is the ship? Is it like we have to cross like a big?
It's a cutter. It's a good, let me actually look. It's a good 220-foot long clipper. So it's a pretty big ship.
So there's like probably a suspended like.
It's a suspended bridge, but there's railings set up on the
Yeah.
other side.
You're probably not going to fall off.
Oh, probably not.
I will say, Vinny, as you sort of like walk over the bridge, you don't know if it is just your paranoia or are there more piranhas in the water underneath you? You're
Oh,
not sure. Maybe it's paranoia.
In paranoia, I would believe that that's real.
Okay. There's definitely the babbling of water, but piranhas just water.
Look at all those piranhas.
they're really active tonight.
It's her.
Oh boy.
Got him down.
You quickly board the ship. Captain Smith was shown to your rooms. He's giving you his own captain quarters, and they have some extra hammocks that they've set up, so everyone has a place to sleep
Hammock
in the night.
party.
Oh, I'm McBounty.
There's definitely
there
the
a
bed
bed?
too, if anyone wants to use it.
Oh, I would like that, please.
Sanai claims the bed immediately. Everyone else gets the hammocks.
That's fine. I'm not picky.
Fine with me.
I like a hammock.
Honestly, it's more comfortable than my mattress.
What?
Is it lumpy or something?
Yeah, it's just old, I suppose you would say. You know, I've had it for a long time. It's more of a bedroll on the floor.
How long have you been living there?
Yeah, well,
All right. Thinking about Peggy's note, like,
yeah.
right.
Well, gathering. The ship immediately takes some time to set sail and everything. This is not a steamship, it is a sail, a cutter. And so heads out and heads to the west. Let me actually heads west.
Shipwreck.
The voyage is gonna take about a part of 2 full days, and you will arrive there at the evening of the all night, a full day, and then to the evening. And so, if there's anything at all you want to do over those 2 days, feel free to. I will say that Captain Smith, he definitely doesn't act like most normal captains you see that are very officious. He spends a lot of time talking philosophy with his crewmates, talking about eschatology, Millerite philosophy, all of these other kind of things that engaging in
Quobbol
debate.
would 100% join in on all of these philosophy talks.
He welcomes you in and to like any sort of thoughts. He's definitely the kind of man that has a very, very universalist view of religion, of philosophy, that like you can learn something from every kind of religion, that kind of thing. So you share what you want to share, and he will gladly take in that in.
Yeah, Quobbol really vibes with this guy.
I think I would join in seeing Quobbol join because I've already spoke to him, but but I don't know if Quobbol would notice because of your perception, but I'm more studying you and what you believe than necessarily what the captain believes.
I mean, yeah, you have a high perception.
You both have the same perception.
Yeah. I don't know if Quobbol quite hides how he feels about religion. But you can tell that he is a bit disillusioned, at least by the clergy. Very specifically disillusioned by the clergy.
And does Quobbol notice Vinny noticing
Oh
him?
no. I don't think Quobbol would notice Vinny. I think Quobbol would be like, oh, that's so nice that Vinny's joining me.
Oh,
New friends.
oh, buddy.
Sanai's gonna be reading Vinny's books
Alright.
when Vinny's not
So now he's
around.
going to be reading the books. Vinny and Quobbol engage in diplomacy. Emmanuel is staying near Vinny
Yes.
at all times, pretty much.
Yes.
Oh.
Dahlia and Alexias over the next 2 days. The voyage seems to be pretty smooth. So is there anything the two of you want to do?
I will say that I think the further west we get, the more quiet and withdrawn Alexias gets. Until like in the second day, I just haven't spoken to anyone like all along. Really. And I know that Dahlia was trying to clock me earlier, and I think this would be like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be obvious to everyone because everyone else is kind of having these other things going on, but you would, I think, be
Sure.
it would be very obvious to you that I'm being just kind of
Being
super
very
withdrawn. Yeah.
And maybe smoking even more than usual.
Chains.
You're gonna run out of
pack on
cigarettes.
pack on pack. Yeah.
His luggage is all just
All
cigarettes.
cigarettes.
He looks like a
Mhm.
smuggler.
Luggage. I've got literally a bag full of cigarettes. That's it.
Okay.
There's no luggage.
If it was a plastic bag, it would just be a black plastic bag full of cigarettes.
It's a backpack just full of cartons.
God. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great. Okay, yeah. I would say like at first I would have like wanted to look around at the ship and like see how things work because I am a technology kind of minded person just to see like it's a huge ship. It moved very fast. I want to know how. But yeah, I think at some point I might notice in the second day that Alexias is being very withdrawn and just like I feel like I don't really need to ask this. You doing all right?
Yes. I am fine. I am fine. I am calm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I imagine we're like looking, like we're like standing on the railing,
Yeah,
like
on the
looking
railing,
out,
just
like
like-
at the water, kind of just by. And I want to kind of just like stare for a moment and say, have you ever heard of the Battle of the High Crests during the last war?
I don't think so.
It happened out here. Well, not here, but in the archipelago.
All right.
And they say that during the battle, the druids blotted out the stars with their weatherworking. And the waves swept up and over the iron ships of Danoran. It was a while ago, though.
Of course.
And that's why we're here. No more war. We must prevent the war.
Yeah.
Any war.
I mean, that is why we're here. None of us want that.
Have you ever lost anyone in a war, Dahlia?
Thankfully not.
Cigarette?
Just one.
I won't tell.
I have a question that I would like to pose to Emmanuel.
Yes.
As you are staying fairly close to Vinny, and you hear these conversations in Quobbol between Vinny and the other sailors and Captain Smith, specifically Quobble's disillusionment with the clergy. I didn't know if there was anything you wanted to do or say.
I am looking forward for a chance to get to talk to Quobbol solo anyways. But right now, whenever I have interacted with Vinny solo, it seems to put him out. So I will just stay very respectfully quiet and just try to focus on protecting Vinny. And hopefully later I can talk to Quobbol solo.
Okay.
But thank you.
All right.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, a fun religion talk.
Yeah. It's gonna be nice. Not complicated.
The 2 days go by pretty uneventfully. Vinny and Sanai, you study like the bigger tomes and books that have more historical fiction. The rest of you are reading smut, I guess would be the best way to put it. Can I get
We're
some
on a
recall
boat.
knowledge?
We're allowed to read some smut on a boat.
You are
It's fun.
absolutely allowed to read
watch
smut on a boat.
with us. We're gonna read
Yeah, there's
it.
definitely a few sailors like, hey, when you're done with that, can I read it? I haven't seen my wife in like 3 months.
Oh, oh my.
Is he cute?
No.
Okay.
Aw. Don't be a homewrecker.
You know, can't blame a guy for trying.
The homework? Yes, we can.
A little bit.
All right. So, Vinny and AJ, I want you to make a decision. You can either both roll these rolls separately, or one of you can try to aid the other in their studying. The DC is lower because you have books here, so it depends on you what you would like to do.
Well, what can we use to roll is the question.
Right. Mhm.
It is probably going to be nature or religion, whichever of those two is higher.
I have a plus 12 on religion.
I only have a +6 in nature.
I have
And
a
I
plus
will have a +6 in, so I could win my baby
okay.
8 to you.
Okay. So then, Sanai, can you just roll me a flat either nature or religion check?
Cool.
All right. I'm going to double check. I think that is a success, but I want to make sure. It is a success. Typical DC is 15, so Vinny, you're going to get a +1 bonus on this check. So go ahead and make a recall knowledge blind.
Oh.
Or just click recall knowledge to be blind.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I hit religion. Because I thought it was.
Recall knowledge should be in your basic action. There you go, you got it. Okay. What specifically are you looking for?
Ooh.
I think if there was ever a time where people worshipped her, any kind of like talisman or altar that people prepared for her is something that I would want to find. And then maybe any times that she was defeated in battle.
All right, so a few things. You rolled really, really well on that. Bonus
Good.
especially. Your total was a 29. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Vinny can read.
Yeah, Vinny can read. All right, so with Sanai helping you and sort of like helping you cross-reference, one of you saying, well, this is interesting. Have you seen any going back and forth between the two of you to try and figure out some information? A couple of things. The question as to being lost in battle, no. She avoids battle herself. She definitely has sent some of her creatures to act as scavengers, krakens to pull down ships that she thought have encroached too far into her domain without paying her the proper tribute. These were hundreds of years ago. These were sailors' stories and sailors' tales. Krakens, giant whales that swallow men whole, things like that. There's a legend of one of her most trusted creatures is this massive turtle that some people claim is an island of its own self that floats in the sea. Things like that. She's never actually engaged in direct battle. She's always acted kind of a scavenger. Most of the stories you find about the Fey Court is they avoid fighting. However, they do have the Wild Hunt, which is like their knights that they sent out every now and then to perform a hunt. But Shala doesn't bother with them much because there's not an aquatic version of that people know of.
Okay.
The second question you had, like a symbol or a token or something.
Like an altar, anything that would seem like we were paying tribute in a complimentary way.
There's a few things that pop up at you. Fishermen, sometimes those that practice Cetism, that faith, they offer tributes in the form of like fish or depending on how wealthy they are, fish or pearls or something from the sea that's valuable to them inside a seashell, which they send out into the sea itself or leave it on the beach before they go out to fish. Sailors have offered tributes in the term of offering a bit of their hunts. Some of the whalers offer a bit of their hunt back to the ocean as a form of tribute. Others have been known to sing songs. And I think if you cross-reference to like Rock Rakuses, that bard's autobiography, he talks a lot about like that's how he won her over. Like he sang songs to her, that's how he won her over. Maybe there's some truth to it, but as a bard, who the hell knows? Bards are just notorious at fibbing, exaggerating stories all the time. Songs, there are offerings that are made in the term of fish as well. I said that hunts, offering fish or food back to the sea. I think in very, very extreme cases, people have sacrificed the offending crewmates to the sea in order to stop the curse of the Shala on their ships.
Interesting.
Got it.
I think overall the impression you get is, like Dove said, don't fuck with the Fae. They're very, very fickle, capricious beings. They will turn on you on a whim. They do seem to have these very, very... I would say, if Vinny or Sanai have ever studied a book of laws, it would probably be something like that, only 30 times as long, 30 times more obscure, 30 times more arcane, and with like so much red tape and bureaucracy to even figure out the true heart of the matter that it would be almost impossible to do it. Don't enter in a contract with the Fae if you can. Don't make any promises or agreements with them. Don't piss them off.
So, do you think I'm worried that if we do like a little altar for her as like a keep us safe thing, that will just kind of put out like a red flag or like a flag of that we're here of sorts. I think she knows where I am, but I don't know if we need to like
On that 29, I would say to that specific question you would find the answer in a children's book.
Oh, I'm just talking to
There's
let's-
like a book about like this Triton who wanted to court her, and he used to leave little gifts for her at an undersea altar that he had constructed made of coral. So an altar wouldn't necessarily be an improper thing or something, because it talks about how he tried to court her, not out of love, but like to win her strength so he could do battle with some of these marrows that had attacked his family. And so she gave him gifts in reward. But the Triton left gifts, this coral altar that he constructed. I think the sense you would probably get from that and everything else reading his altar would be fine, but she wouldn't want an altar above the water. It would have to be under the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what you discover, and that's what you learn on that 29.
So what do you think?
I think that the Fae are fickle, as everyone has said, and they're very sensitive. And so if you've... And she just puts her hand on your shoulder. Just...
Are you okay? You've seemed a bit off.
Off is an understatement. It's all this talk of war. I don't like it.
I don't know if anybody likes war.
Yeah, it's a very intense subject for me in particular. So
Do you want to talk about it?
not a lot.
Maybe
but-
just a little?
I mean, you're kind. You have a lot on your plate. She kind of points to these books. I don't think my relationship to war is a great conversation after reading this.
I mean, we're fine now. If you're upset, I'm your friend. Like I said, we're friends. If you need me to listen, I'm here to listen.
What if, Finny, what if I was bad?
I don't believe in bad.
What if what if I was setting everyone up? I'm asking what if.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I know. I
feel like that's the worst thing one could do.
I believe in the stars, right? I believe that everything nearly is already determined by them. So I don't believe in good or bad. People die because people die. If I'm facilitating it, that doesn't matter. They were destined to die then. If you're part of a greater plan of the universe, and if you're setting everyone up, whatever that could mean, then that's what's meant to happen. I think prophecies are moments when we get to take it back and see what fate could be.
I don't
believe you're bad.
I think that your statement, you're very perceptive. It's the first statement that you said when you said you believe essentially in the people die are destined to die.
Mm-hmm.
and you see her eyes immediately flicker. She gets really stoic after, and she lets you continue what you're saying. She says, I don't think everyone is destined to die. I don't think everyone has a choice, especially in things like war. When a king tells you, armor up and leave and fight, you do it. And if you die, you didn't choose it. Someone told you to go. It's not destined. Now, I understand what you're saying with regards to others. I don't want to be hard on you. It's just, actually, I'm not trying to be hard on you at all. It's the whole idea of war.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to stand behind and be puppets? Why do we have to do what he says? Why do we have to be a part instruments to infiltrate and find his sister and join the military and pick up arms, essentially, and go do something that the king ordered us to do? He's so powerful and high and mighty, he should do it himself.
I think a lot of people think that they can control things. I think kings think that they are in control of things. And by commanding people and telling them when to die, they're trying to alter fate of their own, but they never will.
Yeah, there's always somebody watching.
The stars.
She kind of looks down at the book. There's other people.
Well, she's watching me for sure.
You're right. You are definitely right about that. She is definitely watching you. I'd rather just go read the smut book. This has been an absolute
You
blast.
can go do that. That makes me very uncomfy.
Oh, she's gonna tap you on the shoulder again and give you a hug.
I did write a letter for Theo, though.
Wait, what?
I wrote him a letter. I just wrote him a letter when we left. Just to say, like, I could die. I didn't say that. I didn't say that because I didn't want to scare him. I just said it was kind of a scary mission. And then I just said, like, the days I spend with you are my favorite of my life.
That's cute.
Was that good?
That was good. That's super cute. That's super good. That's I am hopeful that when all of this is over, you'll return back and Theo will be right there. He'll
To be my
excited.
friend.
Sure. Yes. To be your friend.
Stop.
It's like a friend, like a Zeke friend, you know, it's like a
No, not like a Zeke friend. I don't want to. I'm just going to grab a book.
oh gosh. I just walk out. I laugh as I'm walking
Yes.
out. Immediately when I leave, my smile goes away. And
I will yell that I love you. Love you, like as you're leaving.
And as you do that, that's like right before you do it, the smile went away, and you just hear back like, "Love you too."
But you're like,
And
no.
it's like dead. It's dead. And she goes out onto the ocean. She's just in thought, nothing special, just dead. But it's like dead. It's dead. She's watching.
And as you come
Doing
out
good.
onto the decks of the ship to look out over the ocean, off in the distance, you can see the Aerosol archipelago slowly coming into view. Lioness Impossible is making a kind of curve around it to kind of avoid Axis Island because you want to join up with the military post. But you do see the island where those wars, those battles were fought. Not that long ago. The last war ended 7 years ago.
I just look out and I say, were you here? Is this where you died? And I just say, Daddy, I can't be like you. I'm sorry. But if I get the chance, I'm killing everybody. Everybody. And I don't care who gets in my way. I'm killing them all. I promise. And I just watch.
And you watch the sun begins to set as you approach the final leg of your journey. Think it's near evening when the ship joins with the rest of the Navy. You see, Sanai as over there, just lost in thought. You do see a few sailors kind of like walk by. They can tell that you want to be alone, so they just give you a wide berth and just move right past you. So you're given the privacy that you need. But anyone else who is on the deck at this moment does see the Impossible meet up with other members of the Navy a good distance away from Aerosol archipelago. It's approaching late evening at this point. In the second day of your journey. 2 days to rest, relax, read, talk to people, everything. A small rowboat detaches itself from one of the ships and begins rowing its way over to you. You see Captain Smith head over to greet the members of the rowboat. There's only 4 of them, one by one. And then he quickly calls for someone to collect all of you as well. So you can meet them as well. When you all gather together, eventually he gestures towards the people. I have pictures, because of course I do. Let me find them. There are 4 individuals. The first one, she's the first one to step forward, is what looks to be a half-elven woman of some sort, in like these rich greens and this like deep brown hair and this green eyes. She has a staff at her back, and near her side she has what looks to be a hound, what was like hangdog, big cane coursers, that just sort of like plots himself next to her, plops himself down on his hindquarters, and just watches you all very, very threateningly. Obviously, a guard, protective dog of sorts. The second one looks to be this massive, massive human, over 7 feet in height, broad shoulders, balding, just much older, and so he wears very, very simple clothing. The only thing he has with him is what looks to be a sack that he has slung over his shoulders. Third one, which definitely looks a little bit much older, in his 50s or 60s. He has scatters of like a grey beard on his face, and these very bright, dark blue eyes. And he has on his hip like these leather straps holding a lot of books. And the final one is a goblin. A very, very twitchy green goblin who has hundreds and hundreds of knives and scalpels just scattered all around him. These goggles, and what looks to be there's sort of like jeweler's loop on one eye, And he just like twitches as it looks around at you all. And the woman kind of steps forward and says, "Hi, I assume you are the constables that we were sent to meet."
Yes, good to meet all of you.
Pleased to meet you all. I'm Tanya. I'm the leader of this troop. That one, and she points to the tall man. That Dan, we call him 7-foot Dan, even though he's a little taller than 7-foot Dan. Latimus. And that guy with the books just kind of like gives you all a very, very sleepy nod, and then says, "I'm just gonna go make some tea. That's all right, Tanya." Tanya's like, "Nope, stay." All right. And he just pulls out his book and begins like thumbing through it. And then he points to the goblin. "This is Burton. Me. I'm Burton. I've got my eye on all of you. Turn your back on me and I'll stick a dagger in it if you deserve it." And she just like pushes him back a little bit. "It's okay, he's a little twitchy. Once spent a week hiding in a Danoran latrine, and so ever since then he's had a little bit of a... He'll be fine.
I'm just gonna step behind Goodfellow.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, lovely to meet you all. I understand you're to be the constables. We were given your names. We actually come bearing a message. We are told that you would understand, from Principal Minister Lee.
Yes.
He says that the knight talked to the person and relayed a message back. The only message they got was 2 sentences, 3 words total. Interesting. And then, for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it.
Quobbol seemed distressed.
I need who's got fish guts and coral. I need to make an altar in the bottom of the ocean right now.
Quobbol seemed distressed, and like his communication with the captain of my ship, that he believes that it should be fine for now because there's something that perhaps you are doing that she approves of.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure yet.
This all is above board. You are. Thank you so much.
Load off.
That's all I know.
Thank you.
Richard.
Is there something we should know about?
No.
Shouldn't.
Yes,
No.
Emmanuel.
It is top secret. Can I roll glad hand with group impression to make all of these
Absolutely.
people fall in love with me?
Absolutely.
A little bit at a time. Did it not roll?
Good. 23 is not bad.
23.
It did not show on my screen, but if it's a 23, I will take that. Absolutely.
Gina, I've heard a lot about you. Like, you were in the papers in Slate too. Just so you know. So, we're very, very appreciative of all the work you did in saving King Abraham. Nation thanks you, as do we.
It is great to meet all of you. Thank you very much for helping us. We will we're going to do this together.
Yes.
And as far as the message goes, there was just a conflict of interest that we cleared before coming here. And it should now be of no issue for now.
And really, it has nothing to do with you or anything going on here above. Everything is fine. In fact, we are very excited to be here. Never fear. No worries whatsoever.
All right. I understand in this line of work a lot of things on a need-to-know basis, so I won't ask any more questions. I would trust that if the king and principal minister wanted you here, then they have a lot of trust in you, and so should we. Barton's like, and then she just kind of just ignore. It's fine. So here's what we're gonna do. At least this is kind of the plan we put together, but we are interested in other ideas if you have something better. We were planning on going in first into the sea cave, swimming down with the rope tied behind us. So you could follow that rope, and hopefully it will make it easier for you all to follow behind. We will give the rope a little bit of a tug once it's safe, and so you will know when to come up behind us. Be it told that you have many skills, but stealth might not necessarily be one of them.
Look at Goodfellow.
I can tell. Yes, it's fine. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. Your strengths are stealth, subterfuge. Your strengths are in other things, and that's great. That's why we're here. Part of being a team is finding each other's strengths and weaknesses and balancing them out.
It's all fine.
So,
I try my very best.
You always do.
So that's the plan. We do have a couple more hours until we need to go. But I am told that by sunset tomorrow, we need to turn this island back over to the Norns, and one of you is going to be the person that officially does so. As you are official Missourians, and she looks, as Alexias points, Dahlia and Sanai. Okay, great, wonderful. We are going to work on opening the sea gate. We're going to work on capturing the Duchess.
Do you require any aid in opening the sea gate? We were told that absolutely, even if we capture the Duchess, it is our mission will fail if that is not done. So does it make sense for us to spend that? Do you feel, I mean, no disrespect, simply must ask this. Do you feel confident in your ability to open that?
I do. I feel confident. We've been on a lot of missions together, and this is not the first, it won't be the last. And we've succeeded. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. The stuff we do is very, very dangerous. So, we wouldn't be able to do it if we weren't people of some skill.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wait, do you have a better plan, or you've been thinking up a better plan, or?
My internet is not cooperating with me, but if you give me a moment. I believe that we didn't talk about it at all, did we? We're just
No.
a small way here.
They're like, we'll figure it out when we get there, like
Yeah.
every other time.
They've got a plan in place where we could
We're
just
just
follow
there
it.
to get the Duchess. I don't come up with a plan.
We're not even the main team. Like, these are the professionals, and we're like doing another thing.
We can't do the Muckman, so then what options do we have?
Thank you.
If we can't be goofing,
I've never heard of this Muckman thing. Is
No.
this like a...
oh no.
That was the table.
Okay.
Of the table.
Oh, okay. Again, need to know basis, that's fine. Code words, totally fine. Okay.
You are closer to the situation. What is the intelligence you have got about the Duchess's location?
Diligence being got to Duchess's Ethelyn.
Yes, where she has not been cited.
You're breaking up really bad, Fitz. So...
Do they have any idea where the Duchess is?
Oh,
where
right.
was she
Hello,
Thank you.
located? Yeah.
Thank you. All right. We think the Duchess is probably in the fort in the most defensible position, which is going to be the tower in the center of the fort. I believe the tower has been converted into a kind of telescope of sorts. So that's probably where they would be.
Okay.
Beyond that, I don't know if the Danorans have made any changes since the Missouri's were here. I think 7 years ago. So there might be some changes. I do remember that there are a lot of watch towers and barracks along the inside the fort itself. As the fort has just this massive wall around a lot of these military buildings, and the tower in the center. The tower was surrounded by a hedge at some point. And then, of course, there's the sea gate, which we are going to be tasked to open, which will open the bay and allow ships to come in or out.
GM, can I do a lore check to see if I know if the Danorans have made any of these changes, whatsoever to this?
Sure.
And I think I read that I can use my esoteric lore for anything.
Yep.
So I just take a hit to it, like mine do.
Sure.
So, but that's going to be higher than any of my other lore, so I'm going to do it exoteric lore.
Yeah, so go ahead and make it. Well,
I'm sorry. That's amazing.
the Danorans, their biggest change was to secure the defenses along the sea gate itself. And they built 2 watchtowers on either end of the sea gate. The sea gate used to be very, very manual of sorts, where they would have to use these ropes and chains to kind of pull it open. The Danorans have converted that into more machinery and technological, where there's definitely levers you can do to make it a little bit easier to do. Beyond that, all you would probably know, especially on the Natural 20, unfortunately, is that this has largely been used as a archaeological site to discover things about whatever ancient culture existed here before. And there's actually that Natural 20, that's a Natural 20, I gotta give you something. There's actually one other thing. The island itself is a very pretty place with steep jungles and beautiful beaches. But it exists at the edge of the wild magic zone that surrounds Dana's dead magic zone. That has led to... There weren't too many casualties because during the war here, and because they tried not to have too many fights here, as things would just suddenly go haywire for no reason at all. A lot of weird stuff has been reported to happen here. Terrain seeming to shift, spells backsliding and rock slides and tree falls happening far too often to be a coincidence, almost like the island was fighting both sides who were trying to claim it. The Danorans, were kind of spooked, but they're not the superstitious type. So they've continued to investigate and see what they can.
Great. I'm going to share all of that knowledge with everybody present.
She looks towards Latmus at that, and the man just has this like nose buried in a book. Latmus, you get that? And Latmus just kind of nods. Got it, Tanya. Got it. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for that information. That was not known to us, but I'm glad we have it. We did hear of some weird things happening, but the fact that it's on the edge of the wild magic zone, new to us. Okay. The only other piece of information I do want to give you is, once you find the Duchess and are ready to take her on, we are going to open the sea gate, and we are going to signal the ships to enter by firing off some fireworks. I think Latmus has some sort of magics that he can use to do so. He's going to take care of that. That's our plan, at least, but, we're a team for now. We've not worked with you before. If you have something better, different ideas, I'm open to it. Whether it's this Muckman plan you have or not. Okay. Not the Muckman.
I'm actually going to need you to strike that from your vocabulary. That is as a need-to-know basis term. Thank you. That is an official. I'm going to pull out my badge. That's official, an official order.
Oh, got him. No worries. Any other plans then? Thoughts, questions, ideas?
Nope. We just have to get up through the mine, infiltrate this place, get the Duchess, get out. Great. We can do this.
Simple.
Yep. Great. All right. We have about 2 hours, so gather up
2
what
hours
else you need. 2 hours.
Great.
Gather up what you need.
Emmanuel? Maybe
Yes.
come with me for a minute, please.
Okay, I go over with Alexias.
Great. Cool. I'm going to spend the next hour or so affixing an onyx panther to Emmanuel's armor. It will give him a bonus to stealth.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, it's more
so
of
needed.
something we all need.
Yeah.
I have to drop it in the party goods.
What is his name?
Mr. Trippy.
Hello, Mr. Trippy. Your father has a very redundant naming convention.
You know, if it works, it works.
Well, fix it.
If it's not
That is
fixed,
fair.
if it's not broken, why fix it? Great, but so I'm just gonna show on this onyx little panther, and it's like onyx, but only little parts of it, and the rest is like filled in with like straw and like tied up with bits of seaweed and stuff. So this is one of the ones that's gonna fade after the end of the day. So it's a
24 hours.
You put tar on it so that way it looks onyx, and that's how the magic
Exactly.
works. Okay.
Oh, fine.
If anybody wanted acupuncture, I would have given it to them. Great.
Oh yeah, Emmanuel was.
All right. If you're doing acupuncture on a moving ship,
nice.
if you would like to, I'm going to increase the DC.
Come on,
So it's up to you.
please.
I think
You
I
can do it.
do.
Come on.
Quobbol has done nothing but talk about how great it felt the entire
It's gonna be fine.
I still would like to do it, especially because it's Emmanuel.
Go ahead, and you can be able to get 2 people because it's 2 days of traveling if you
God.
want to.
Okay, if anybody else wanted it.
So, let me actually ask a relevant question because I should know this before I fully agree. Are you gonna make me strip for this?
No,
Okay,
I mean,
perfect.
you'll have to take off your armor, but I need your like arms and feet and face, and maybe a
My-
little bit of your chest.
Oh, then no. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I'm shy. I don't like people to see me under my clothes. I'm sorry. I'm shy.
What? It's just your hands and your feet.
Just hands and feet. Okay, that's fine. But arms and chest, no.
Oh, I can try to do just your face, hands, and feet.
If that's all right. If not, I completely understand, and I will miss not being able to participate in this.
I'll try just hands, feet, and face.
I have
Just
to
so you
watch
know,
it.
because you're not being given like 4 parts body, the DC's gonna go up even more.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I've only done it twice or one time, so I really don't know what the ramifications are.
Exciting. Just
I hope you fuck me up.
it'd be very funny, but I don't want him to be fucked up for this stealth mission.
Pretty high.
No, I'm a little nervous as well.
It's pretty
because
good.
If it's not
24.
successful, it's a -1.
24 is pretty good.
Let me check this.
It's pretty high.
He needs to check.
I mean, I
the
have
DC.
hero points. If it doesn't, I'll hero point it.
All right. You succeeded. Not a critical success, but a success. The DC was 24. It was 19.
Dang.
Went up
Good
5
enough.
because it's a very, very hard task. So it's a +1, I think.
Yeah, just a +1 bonus to 1 downtime activity skill check within the next week.
You don't get the affliction bonus, just a skill check.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you want me to send it to you, or do you got it?
It might help if you send it to me just so I will remember between sessions. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel great. Everything Quobbol said was accurate, and it's so amazing that you could do that with just my hands and feet
And feet.
and face.
And face.
Got some
And
needles still stuck. Can I take these out?
Boop.
Patch them in further.
Is this part of the treatment?
And then I'll take
Rude.
Okay.
Rude.
I deserve it.
All right. Did you want to give it to anyone else? You have 1 more day.
On the moving ship.
If
I'll
nobody
do
else,
it.
you'll do
I'll
it?
do it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you're not a. You'll show your arms, right?
I will, but there are a lot of scars.
I think I would have known that, though.
Mhm.
I feel like that's not a surprising.
Oh.
That's low.
A 17 is a failure,
gonna-
but not a critical failure.
I'm gonna hero point it.
Okay.
Might as
We've
well.
got enough hero points, right?
I
Yeah.
never ever
We-
use them.
We didn't use a ton
Okay,
of them.
24
Okay.
again. That's
Success.
fine.
You get
There you go.
a +1 bonus as well.
Yeah.
Right. So make sure you remember that, like write it down somewhere.
Do I
so you
get
have that.
every?
So,
Do I just get the one? I just get the +1 bonus.
on
Yeah.
skill checks.
And
One
I'm
skill
sending
check.
it in the chat so everybody, like, we can reference it later.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have anything wanted to do? And I was saying, Vinny, if you wanted to swap out the spells, now that you know what the mission is, feel free to.
Great. Thank you for that reminder.
It doesn't look like there anybody else has anything else they wanted to do. So, the time comes, and Tanya just busy giving her dog little scratches behind the ear, and says, "Stay. We'll be back soon, and can take him into the sea cave with us." So, she hands the rope to Dan, and says, "All right, Letmus begins casting a spell. You see these gills spread up along their necks. They give the rope a tug when everything is good. You ready?
Oh, sure.
Whatever
We should all
magic you
drink.
need to do, take them now.
We should all drink our water breathing potions.
Yep. They taste awful.
It tastes like salt water, just like pure unfiltered salt water. But go ahead and click use on your potion so you can mark that off your sheet.
Yeah.
So this lasts for an hour. All right. Eventually, they dive in one by one. Tana is the first to go in, and she moves swiftly through the water, like she's been in that all of her life. That's when Anna's probably Burton, and then Latmus just stands on the part of the ship, and then we'll see Latmus come from the other side of the ship, dismiss his illusion, and jump into the water and swim off.
Oh, good for him.
He doesn't like having to deal with briefings, so he just does whatever and
Okay.
swims into the water.
People need hobbies.
He's busy.
You see them disappear, and the night is dark. There are stars in the sky. That's pretty much all the light you have right now. And even the ship itself has replaced the white sails with black ones for stuff. They vanish under the water. The water itself is very still. There's not just like regular kind of slow waves crashing into the bay of this little island. And you wait for probably about 10 minutes or so. Then, sorry, I'm looking at my notes right now.
And then they all died. Good
And then
luck.
the ship blew up because there
God.
were fire gems
ship blows up.
in the hull.
The rope trails along behind them, and it's attached to the railing on the deck of the ship to make it easy for you to follow along once you get into the water itself. And then there is this vibration that just sort of rumbles through the water,
Great.
Ooh. I don't like that.
and the rope goes slack for a moment.
Mm. Mm.
Then it begins to jerk pitifully, just very weakly.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. That doesn't feel great.
No, but if there is any chance one of them is alive,
We gotta go.
I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Jump into the water.
Come in.
All right, let's go.
Into
Holding on to
certain
the rope.
danger. It's all fine.
We must hold on to the rope.
Well, yeah.
I jump into the water, grab hold of the rope, and begin swimming.
Mhm.
Remind me, who has dark vision?
Oh.
Emmanuel, I think
How would you know?
Vinny.
It'll be
Emmanuel, Vinny, and I think that's it.
How would you know?
just low light.
You can
for
check on
me.
the party sheet, I believe.
On your
if you
character
look at
sheet.
sensors.
Yeah.
First
Where on it?
page.
Senses, yeah. Alexias is
Mhm.
low light. Dahlia is low light. Quobbol is low light.
No, we're
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think many of us have dark vision.
Just
No.
me and Vinny.
And I didn't make dark vision elixirs. Sorry.
no, it's fine. You were doing stuff.
I made
The
other
two
things.
of you, as you were swimming through the water, holding on to the rope to follow along behind it. It goes down deep into the water itself.
Mhm.
Two of you, because you have the dark vision, can see what looks to be this very, very large silhouettes of very, very obviously sharks
Mhm.
circling you.
It's fine.
You see one sort of swim towards Vinny, then in the very last second veers off. And then like makes almost like a figure eight. Less of a I'm gonna eat you and more of a warning and a
Mhm.
threat.
I'm next
And
to
a
Vinny
promise.
because even though we got the all clear, we're in the fucking deep ocean. We don't know if that
I
bitch is
figured you
gonna
would
change
be.
her mind.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. No, message received. And if there's any way for me to say that,
Literally, water breathing doesn't give you the ability to talk in the water, so just that just comes out of your mouth. So a lot
I
of
believe
bubbles.
that might affect spellcasters too, because you can't
Uh-oh.
say things, or is that not how that? Am I misremembering?
I think it might be misremembering.
Okay, then
I
that's
might
good.
be wrong. I might be wrong. But
Well,
you continue to follow the rope, pulling hand over hand to help you as you swim down. It takes you down deep in the water. Eventually, the sharks peel off, and if you look behind you, you can see they're kind of like circling around, just waiting.
I don't see no sharks.
I
You
don't
head
see
into
anything. I
I
just
feel
pull
like
out
that's
the-
almost like a threat of once you finish this mission, I'm gonna kill you.
unless you keep doing things that make her happy.
It's yeah, but it's like imminent. It's not like I'm giving you the day. It's moments.
Any second she could change your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Actually,
see.
water breathing does allow you to speak underwater. So
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I can't decide if it would be a great idea or if it'd be a bad idea to sing one of those songs that were like a worship to her.
Do you know the tune?
I mean, I read the book. I would have written it like
Right, so you know the lyrics, but do you know the tune?
no.
Okay.
Oh.
I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves.
Shark.
Yeah.
There.
You keep following along behind the rope. Are you singing a song or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not
Keep
yet.
following along.
I'm too afraid it'll piss her off.
That's fair. That's valid. You follow along the rope, and it takes you down to what looks to be kind of tunnel that has been sort of like a natural tunnel, like carved into the rock itself. The tunnel sort of like begins to close in on you a little bit. So I think Emmanuel more than anyone else feels his armor kind of like scraping against the walls of this tunnel as you're pulling yourself down.
Good news
this little-
though, the rock scraping against my armor does produce a little bit of light, helping people see.
There's little sparks.
Yeah.
No sparks underwater, I don't think. Or is there? I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
Let me try to help my party, Richard, and don't just stop me with
Okay.
physics.
Continue following along behind, and eventually it starts to open up again as you get past this very, very small, narrow passageway. And those of you with dark vision see this. The rest of you are just kind of like following along. You see the tunnel is kind of opened up a little bit, and it looks to be like half the tunnel has collapsed in on itself. These massive boulders have like crushed down and sealed off half the tunnel, but you can probably also squeeze by the other half. But you see Burton, his leg pinned between two rocks, just crushed, absolutely flattened, like struggling fitfully, pulling at the rope as best as he can.
Mm.
not
he's-
Burton.
Can I help him?
You can see him, unfortunately.
Damn.
You can't see?
Yes.
I
He
have
is
dark
dark
vision.
It says dark
Oh,
vision.
you do have dark vision,
Yeah.
yes, then you can
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
You can see Barton. Well, just plunge it.
Can I try to help lift the thing off? of him?
Absolutely. Make an athletics check.
Hell yeah.
Thank God you can see him. The rest of us.
Yeah, the rest of us are
You know who does have dark vision though?
28.
Maggie?
Can he be underwater?
Wait, doesn't it?
I mean, technically, it's not actually fire. It's just like manifested hatred.
Sure,
So-
Sure.
Literally, but it is.
Like you.
So, Emmanuel, you have let go of the rope, kind of swim over to the rocks, brace yourself, and pick it up. When you're underwater, because of the water and the buoyancy, things are lighter. Yes, Vincent?
Emmanuel has to let go of the rope. I have a cantrip that would create a second rope for him, so that
Okay.
he can stay connected to me.
Are you doing that spell?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Fun.
I hope so. It's my
Please
favorite
don't.
spell.
Oh, so
Describe the spell, how it looks. Describe how
That
the
was
spell
the
looks.
bane of my life. Thank you.
What?
Okay,
what?
Hell?
I
Yeah.
it's so gross leading up to this point. Did you not think I saw that and went, "Oh, I need to do that"?
We can't
Oh,
see it
God.
happen though. We don't see it.
I want the illusion to look like the black tar that I've mentioned comes out. I want it to look like my insides are like black tar that form into a rope that come out. Yeah.
God.
So your abdomen splits open,
Yeah.
and this black, almost black intestine-shaped paws just kind of wafts its way around, slaps into the back of Emmanuel's armor, so you can hold on to him, have a good time.
Oh my
I didn't realize this was a
gosh.
horror campaign.
I would have just held his hand.
Still
One
better
of the
than
things I
7
love about
deaths.
Paizo is some of their spells are genuinely fucked up. This isn't even like the first one that I've seen.
I just
Like
love that
flesh
the name of
cleanse
this
or
is
whatever.
Inside Ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you move half as quickly as usual while climbing with your guts.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
It doesn't hurt though. If anything were to damage your gut, the spell ends and you're unharmed.
Great.
That's
Oh.
fantastic.
Wow.
I'm unaware of this. I'm lifting a rock to save a man's life,
Yeah.
but I do
You're
have
unaware
Vinny's,
of this because we can't see it.
and I have Vinny's tar
Emmanuel,
intestines on
in
me.
the water, things are a lot more buoyant, so things are lighter as you try to lift it up.
Yeah.
You can't budge this thing.
Fuck.
Ooh.
You see Burton just look at you, Emmanuel. He reaches into his satchel and pulls out a scalpel. Holds it at you.
Chop it
Cut
off.
it off. Cut it off.
Oh, buddy.
Cool.
Can I cast?
Did you do this deliberately to me?
No, you're the one that was climb up. You're the one closest.
Fuck.
In the darkness, we just hear cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
think
in
you
hearing
all
that, I
cut
think
it
I
off.
cast light.
Cast
Oh,
light. Cast light. You
Yes.
like.
I
You
could light
cast
you.
light. You cast light, revealing that's just like floating by you.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Oh, God.
You shut it off immediately. Oh,
Richard, I'm going to, if you're okay with this, make a will saving throw for Goodfellow.
all right, go for it.
What is the level based DC? It's 19, I think you said.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go against that. That is exactly
Sass on the
19.
dot.
Glad that I'm underwater because my eyes start welling up, grimacing as I grab the scalpel and I try not to really pay attention to what I'm doing, just cutting into the flesh again.
You
What is
then
happening?
carve into this man's head.
He's
He's cutting
Amanda's
his leg off.
stuck under. Have you seen what is it? 28 Hours with James Franco.
Oh, that one's a rough one too.
That was a rough one to
Yeah,
watch.
I'm 28
Rough
hours
watch.
seeing this man.
Well, goblin.
Goblin.
Well,
I
at
mean,
least the bone is already broken, so you don't have to get through that. You can just go.
Well, it depends on how broken the bone is.
Bone
How
is
does it work?
completely broken, and the bone is like completely like almost like taste at this
Okay,
point, so it's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
easy
it's dusted.
for
He
you
can just do
just
it.
Yeah.
fall right into it.
It's just flush-
You all hear him screaming as he does this.
Sure.
And, and then he eventually free him, and then he just sort of grabs onto you by your armor. Thank you. I won't stab you in the back.
Jesus.
I have such a 1,000-yard stare right now. I am not I'm like just looking.
Does he want
Not the worst thing that has happened to me.
Let's just get
It
out.
still fucking hurts.
Can we heal him or something?
Yeah, can I heal? If you need a heal, I'll
Sure.
boop him
Spend a
with
heal
me.
spell if you'd like.
We might need more. Well, we have healing potions for later. It's okay.
I have healing potions too. You're gonna have to do this by yourself. Tanya, Lepmus, 7'10". They were in front of me.
Oh, of course they were.
Yeah, of course they were.
Yeah, they're dead.
Do we get a
Yeah,
dog?
they're super dead.
They were
Well,
so dead from the.
oh
from
no,
the-
the dog.
Do we have to take a dog now? Is that our dog?
Mr. Chippy.
Mr. Chippy? let's go. Let's keep going. Okay. Well,
Oh.
let's,
You cast the heal spell. You can't regrow limbs with the spell, but it's enough to staunch the blood, prevent him from bleeding out.
yeah.
More importantly, preventing the blood from leaking out as he looks back to where he
Yeah,
came
the
from.
shark.
The sharks.
Oh, the sharks are.
We need to get along.
We
on
need to
this
get out of
trip.
He just cannot. He reaches into his pouch and hands you a scalpel, Vinny. Favorite scalpel. What is coming out of your guts right now?
Intentional.
Cool. Just starts crawling his way out.
Great.
Thank you, he says before he goes, as he begins crawling his way out.
Goodfellow is almost sinking to the bottom of whatever tunnel we're in.
This is like
Just
a
kind of
little
like
tunnel.
staring at like the blood that's like around my hands right now. The scalpel's still in, just like
Just gonna like swim up, tap him
Yeah.
on the back. It's like, come on, man.
I'll
Yeah.
pull him.
We gotta go.
My-
We gotta go. Come on.
you're just winching me back.
With your intestines. We are gonna talk about that later, but let's get out of the water. Come on.
It's
So
in.
you swim around like this cave and you could probably see like maybe like behind or something crushed.
Oh,
Sticking
God.
out of this like massive rocks or whatever, mixed in with like all of this blood from Burton, and there's like probably some black like flaky ichor that's kind of drifted off from Vincent's intestines that are floating in the water as well. I've swum through all of this deeper into this like tunnel, watching out for everything. And then finally you see what looks to be the surface of the water rippling above you a little bit. And you quickly breach the water to take in the sight of looks to be this 80-foot tall cave at the end of the tunnel. Those of you with no light source can't really see much of what I'm describing, but those of you that can do. The air here, though, is pleasantly warm despite being underground, and it is low tide at the moment. So the water at the bottom of this cave just seems to be between 10 feet deep to just a few inches that slopes upward. You do see wooden platforms that are anchored to the walls that form a makeshift dock and stairs, which lead up to a 30-foot wide tunnel that intersects horizontally with this chamber 35 feet above the waterline. You see iron spikes, each 6 inches long, are driven into the walls every 30 feet as a defense of some sort. More specifically, cold iron spikes. And in the center of this cave, you see a 20-foot diameter pillar of dull grey stone that rises from the waterline to the ceiling. There is a dramatic splinter of white marble that extrudes from the grey stone 5 feet wide and rising 17 feet above the water. Ages of surf have eroded the surface, but in places one can still find hints of what looks to be ancient pictograph carvings. It looks like the splinter was once a part of a larger column, but something snapped free its top. And Vincent specifically, dark vision, great perception, in a tiny nook carved into the tip of the marble splinter, fits what looks to be an oversized gold coin, maybe about 3 inches across. It has some sort of carvings on it, but you can't quite make it out. Vincent. And let me see, Emmanuel, what's your passive perception?
18.
Vincent and Emmanuel. In like the top floors of this cavern, because you have this almost like system of bridges that are kind of leading up to the top. The shadow move, disappear into the tunnels behind.
I'd argue that I should probably have a penalty right now. I'm not in a good state of mind to see things.
That's fair. You still would have seen him, even with the penalty.
Okay.
Well, I think that is where we are going to end the session for the day.
Okay.
So thank you all. Thank you for saving Vinny. I appreciate it.
I can't
It's,
believe that's a cantrip.
Did you have an encounter planned if we didn't like intercede on the way here?
What?
If we hadn't interceded with
We
the
hadn't
king?
said anything to
Oh.
Badala.
The encounter was definitely going to be like, are you going to be able to hold grip with the sharks? Hold grip on the rope without losing grip on the rope, deal with the sharks without sinking
Okay.
down, all of that, but you handled it. So that worked.
Okay,
Complication.
nice.
It's more of a complication than an encounter.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's wave goodbye to chat. Thank you, chat. See you again in 2 weeks.